Welcome to DudeNoWay Live, where we embark on a quest to play the greatest games of all time. I'm your host, Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and today, tanks are about to dominate in Season 10 of Overwatch 2. Let me tell you guys, the Season 10 mid-season patch is here, and tanks got some giga buffs. They are insanely strong compared to how they were before. It's not even close. And honestly, if you guys aren't privy to this, I'm gonna open your eyes today. Tanks are on another level here in Season 10, like past the mid-season with the buffs. Like, it's nuts, dude. And we're gonna be going over all of that, all of the changes, and then breaking down some. We were going to break down some tank gameplay that we had sent in to us, and I want to say first hello to everybody who is here. I want to say hello to Spud over on YouTube. Spud, thanks for being here, and I can't wait to play some games with you in just a little bit. We do not have a gameplay, unfortunately, to review. We were going to review Spud's tank gameplay versus her arch nemesis. His name is Adventurer. Unfortunately, all of the games have reset, and the import codes are no longer valid, so we can't actually do that. I want to say hello to Unicron over on Twitch. What's going on, dude? Thanks for being here. We are discussing the Season 10 tank changes that have come out as of yesterday after the stream. Unfortunately, I thought they were going to come out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, Eastern time, but it turns out they just held off for a little bit longer, so... Spud says, I finally made it into Diamond. Spud, congratulations. You are going to be... You're going to be towards the higher tiers before you know it. Like, Diamond is already very high up there. In Season 9, Season 10, I can't remember exactly which one. The ranks got changed. So, the, like, Masters, when you go into Masters, you are getting into top 500 in, like, Masters 5. So, if you consider that Masters 5 is top 500, Spud, that means that you are... rapidly approaching the best players in all of Overwatch 2. I want you to consider that for a moment. And when you think about yourself, I want you to remember who you are, because, like, you are a badass motherfucker. You are literally, legitimately approaching the best players in the game. So don't forget about that when you're playing in Ranked, and when your teammates give you shit in Ranked and they want to talk trash, or they got things to say about you and your performance. Remember that, like, the Masters and Masters, like, 3 is, like, is legitimately, like, top 500 of the players in Overwatch. And as you get into GM, we're talking about, like, the top 100 players all the way up to Champion. GM5 to Champion, that's literally like 150 people, dude. So consider that 150 people across the world from GM to Champion, which is the highest rank now since they've added it to the game here in season 9? I want to say it came out in Season 9, Champion did. But yeah, like, the ranks have changed. Diamond is now significantly higher, mixed in with a lot of the Masters players that were previously in Masters tier. Prior to that, 15-year-old me is shaking in Envoy, in Envy. In Envoy? I'm not sure. But, yeah, like, you're amazing. You have no idea how good you are. And I'm telling you, you are approaching, like, the best players in the game. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Today, tanks in Envy. Yeah, I thought so. I thought an Envoy would be weird, right? You know? Today, yesterday, I guess, technically, we're gonna be playing in some quick play lobbies. We're gonna, hopefully we can bring Spud with us and have a good time and watch her absolutely run the entire lobby as server admin while she plays Diva, which is the image on the thumbnail, the image in the background here on the title screen here in Overwatch, you know, is Diva, and it's very reminiscent of the experience we're going to have today. Yesterday, the patch came out a little bit after the stream had ended, unfortunately, but the patch came out and a lot of changes happened to the tanking role, which are going to rapidly push them to the top of the meta. Tanks are about to be the most insane role in the entire game, and so I feel like it's only right that we go over that. So we're going to go ahead and just take a few moments to read through the patch notes, because there's some important things that came out here. We got some competitive play updates. There is a demotion protection modifier. This basically just says that the demotion protection will keep it so that if you are about to go down a tier, they have moved that to a more visible state, and I think that that's important for people who need to know when they're about to go down in a rank, when the pressure is really on. You know what I mean? They have kind of just moved that to the same bar as the actual progression bar, where previously it was like underneath it, and that's pretty much all that wall of text says. The pressure modifier is something that happened in the background on Blizzard's end, where we did not actually see the pressure modifier. But it was active on us while we were playing certain games inside of competitive, and basically what that is like these two teams are very close together. They are very close. You are going to have a hard time. The pressure is on, essentially, and this was a hidden modifier given to us by Blizzard to denote whether or not we were playing in a very close game where we would potentially rank up and either gain, either on the higher end when you complete games and you win, you gain a very small amount of skill points, and the higher up you go, the smaller the amount of skill points you actually gain. But on the lower end, when you're in like bronze and stuff like that, bronze, silver, gold, you gain a large amount of skill points, and the pressure modifier was always there. They just show it to us now. So this is what that wall of text says. The grouping restrictions, this is for people who want to play in competitive inside of groups. At the beginning of Season 10, they added a group kind of restriction filter, which made it so that if you played with people who were far outside of your skill range, like let's say you're a Masters player and your buddy in Silver wants to play with you, you guys could queue together, but you would be in what was considered a wide group, and that would basically mean that it would try to find you other people who were similar to your skill levels that were also playing in a wide group. So the games would be very up in the air as to whether or not you would win or whether or not you would lose. That is part of that. So the band for what is considered a wide group has been slightly moved for Grandmaster players can group within 3 divisions of each other to still be in a narrow group, which is the opposite of a wide group, right? So they're going to put you with people closer to your skill level inside of a narrow group, whereas the wide group, you know, there's many players who have different things going on, different skill levels, so they try to find people that match up as well as they can, basically. Champion players, which is the highest rank, like I said, can only group within 1 division to be considered in a narrow group, which is good because these are the best of the best. And if you guys don't know how skill level works, like imagine if it took 100 hours to go up to champion, right? Or to go up to like masters, right? So if you took 100 hours of playing competitive and then you finally got to masters, right? Well, then it would take a further 100 hours to go from Masters 5 to Masters 4, right? And etc. as it goes on closer to Champion. Masters 4 to Masters 3 would take the entire time that it took you to get to that point again to rank up. And that's essentially the higher in skill you go, the longer it takes cumulatively, and the greater the skill gap is between somebody in like a champion rank compared to somebody in like a GM rank is like the entire length of Masters all the way to like from bronze all the way to GM, right? It's like that amount of skill level is the difference between one skill division when you get up to higher levels. So that's how like skill in video games and in general in life and in professional sports is a little bit weird to think about. But the gap between somebody who is like in a champion level and the gap between somebody who is the next level below them is like the entire gap between the person below them and the beginning of somebody just playing the game for the very first time. So that's essentially how skill works. Unicron says, definitely enjoy the streams, man. Hope you're doing good and staying safe. I figured I would hop in and support my fellow streamer. I appreciate it, brother. And I hope that your search for the computer is going well. I know that you had sent me something. I'm pretty sure I responded the other day. I apologize if I didn't get back to one of your... I actually can see it. I see, hey, Moon, quick question. That was like 5 minutes ago. You can drop me the question in the chat here if you want to see it. If you want me to answer it real quick, Unicron, I can potentially give you an answer here on the show. But yeah, so skill levels, very intense. The higher you go, the greater the differentiation in skill between where you actually are and when you actually rank up. I actually got a partnership with an energy drink. Hey, congratulations, bro. That's awesome. Called Dubby. I've never heard of it, but have you had it? Is it good? Does it taste good? As far as matchmaking updates, we got when a player's currently on a loss streak, it will try to put you on the team that it thinks will win the game. So when you get put into a competitive game, there's like imagine like they get it as close to 50-50 as possible, but one team has a 51% chance to win, and one team has a 49% chance to win. If you're on a loss streak, it will try and put you on the team that has the 51% chance to win. So, again, it tries to get you as close as possible to a 50-50. It will never be exactly a 50-50, but when you are on a loss streak, it will do its best to put you on the team that has the highest chance to win. That's what this gigantic wall of text is telling you. And if you guys want to read all of this for yourself, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link here in the chat. You guys can follow along or read on your own for the patch notes here for the mid-season patch for Overwatch 2. Again, this just came out yesterday afternoon, but unfortunately it came out after the show. I'm getting free samples soon. I'll let you know if you're cool with it. I'll send it to you, man, if you want to try it. By the way, not promoting my stuff. I know that's very disrespectful. I understand, dude. Congratulations on your sponsorship, though. That's awesome, dude. Or partnership, excuse me. As far as armor goes, armor has been changed in this patch and reverted to its Overwatch 1 state. I've talked about this extensively in the last couple of streams, so we're just going to go over it briefly here. The armor, how it used to work is it would give you a 30% damage reduction, which is your orange health inside of Overwatch 2. So armor, when you had orange health, which is mostly tanks, but on some characters as well, like Torbjorn and like Brigitte, Brigitte would also have armor. Bastion as well is another character that has armor. The armor used to give you a flat 30% damage reduction, which affected all characters equally at a 30% reduction. DeMarcus says, I'm not gonna lie, Sigma's buff is gonna go crazy. Sigma's buff is significant, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, because it breaks some things that countered Sigma's ultimate. We'll talk about that in just a bit, but I agree that this is gonna be very helpful for Sig players in general. But the way that armor has changed is that instead of giving you a 30% damage reduction across the board, it's going to give you a flat damage reduction of 5 per projectile. And what that means is for people that are playing characters like Tracer or Sombra, or characters that use shotguns like Diva, Reaper, or Torbjorn's right click, they are going to get a larger amount of damage reduced than 30%, compared to characters like Junkrat or characters like Pharah, who, because they have large amounts of burst damage, will be affected by this change less. So this is straight up a nerf to shotgun characters and a nerf to submachine gun characters like Tracer and Sombra for the amount of damage and pressure that they're able to put on a tank. Hang on one second. Alright, sorry about that. So, this is a straight-up nerf to characters that are using submachine guns like Tracer, and Tracer is probably the one that they wanted to hit the hardest with this. This is important for tanks because Tracer has been at the top of the meta for, like, the entire time that Overwatch has been around. Like, she is, like, never fallen, really, from, like, A tier. Very few times has she ever been at a point where Tracer has really been contested in terms of one of the best characters in the game. She is not only one of the most balanced characters, she's like the Lucio of DPS, right? She just has a perfect kit for first-person shooters in general, and for Overwatch. She is, like, basically one of the best designed characters that could have been made, and because of that, she's always been at the top of the meta, and this is going to make her less dominant. It's not going to actually nerf her. It's not really going to stop her from doing a lot of the things that she would normally do. But that being said, it will reduce the oppressive nature of Tracer in general. And because of that, it will help her to, it will help other people to survive a little bit longer versus the onslaught of damage that Tracer can put out. She can just be in so many places at once, and also take dives and like attack your backline, or, you know, attack people who are on flank angles, stuff like that. She can get there very quickly, she can get out very quickly, and she deals a massive amount of damage. Spud says, the most annoying thing was a Tracer for me. And this is the problem, right? She deals so much damage and is so hard to pin down that they needed some way to address her without directly nerfing her kit and taking her completely out of the game, which is essentially what would have happened if they continued to nerf her, because she did get a small nerf at the beginning of Season 10. But this change to armor directly affects how effective that character is, while also low-key kind of buffing other characters who were not as meta. So this is kind of like a good change overall. That being said, maybe not the best change that could have been brought in. The change to armor health is not going to affect, like I said, Farah's rockets. It's not going to affect Junkrat's mines. It's not going to affect Sojourn's railgun nearly as much as it will affect like characters like Reaper, who Reaper was already kind of ass, and so now he is like more ass. And even worse than that, he's kind of extra ass at the only role that he had going for him, which was Tank Buster. There's kind of no place in the meta for Reaper anymore, and I'll be excited to see what happens when they do eventually bring around a change to that character. But this change directly affects how effective he can be, and because of that, I don't think we'll see a lot of Reaper at all in terms of competitive play for at least until they buff his kit. Until they change him around a little bit, I don't think we'll see Reaper really doing much of anything. In addition to that, the out-of-combat health regeneration, which was added a few seasons ago, which basically means that if you don't take damage for 5 seconds, I believe it's 2.5 seconds for support characters, you will start regenerating health on your own. In the beginning of Overwatch, when there was no health regeneration, this was one of my biggest pet peeves about the game, because the health packs, while they are useful, require you to play a mobile enough character to actually get to the health packs, which actually made Tracer more meta than... Because if you consider, like, characters like Reaper, right, or characters like Torbjorn, who didn't have abilities to move to health packs very quickly, with no health regeneration in the game, it actually made them a little bit harder to play, because there was no way for you to regenerate health, so sometimes you just sit there at 7 hit points, you know, for 10, 15 seconds, waiting for a support to notice you, or, like, waiting for somebody to come around the corner to drop you a heal, because if you walk out and get tickled or somebody farts in your direction, like, you're just gonna fall over and have to see your respawn screen. That was like a huge problem, specifically for DPS players, but also for support players inside of Overwatch, leading all the way up to the introduction of the out-of-combat health regeneration. And so because of that, they've added this change, which is directly to benefit the tanks. So, while it previously would give you 20 health per second, and again, this takes 5 seconds to activate, but after that, it would give you 20 health per second. That's a lot of health. The increase to that has actually gone up, because the amount that you gain has actually gone up, because while 20 health per second was a lot, the change now is 10 health per second plus 5% of your maximum health, which means that for characters like DPS players that have 250 HP, they are going to gain actually like 22.5 health per second. So this is like a small buff to DPS characters, but a massive buff to tanks like Reinhardt, like Roadhog, and specifically to mobile tanks like Doomfist and Wrecking Ball, who can very easily get to a place where they are not affected by this, and by damage, which will allow them to trigger their out-of-combat health regeneration. So you're going to see Reinhardt regenerating health at like 45 health per second after this kicks in. A little bit more than that, I believe, with Roadhog, right? Because I think he has more hit points. Pretty sure he has like 100 more hit points than Reinhardt. Don't quote me on that. But the buff to tanks here is huge, because like tanks will gain a lot more hit points per second, and it'll make them easier to heal back up to full out of combat, like in between team fights and stuff like that. What this also means is this is an indirect nerf to the amount of ultimates that support players get. This is not really something a lot of people talk about. However, because tanks are going to regenerate health faster, they are not going to require as much healing from their support players, and because they don't need as much healing from their support players, there will be less ultimates generated from the support side of the game, which in general is probably a good thing. Support ultimates are very strong, and they can easily turn the tide of a battle or be used as an initiation tool to start and win a team fight and pretty much close it out entirely with a single ultimate or sometimes two. But the supports in general, we're just gaining a lot of ultimates, and this will be a very slight nerf to the amount that they actually get, so that's something to consider as well. But it is incredibly beneficial for tanks. So again, this is two things that really help tanks here. While it might seem like losing 30% damage reduction is actually like a bad thing. This is actually a huge thing because characters that specifically were good against tanks are no longer as good against tanks. So not only do they get extra health out of combat, they also have a better chance against their tank buster counters. And then in addition to that, we also have the tank roll passive has been buffed to give a 25% damage reduction against critical headshot damage. And the 25% DR is basically giving you everything that the armor gave you before, almost, right? Because it was 30% before, it's 25% now, and only against headshots. But the amount is so close that it gives you almost the entirety of what you had before from the armor health, in addition to the armor health, which means that this is like a double nerf against characters like Tracer and Sombra and Reaper and Torbjorn's right click and Diva. This is like a huge hit to them. And again, not nearly as much of a hit to characters like Pharah or Junkrat, who don't actually crit. This is also not affecting characters like Ana. It does not affect characters like Symmetra or Zarya, because their damage is not actually able to crit to begin with, so they do not have the 25% DR to headshots that other characters have to worry about, which is an an unintended buff for those characters that were already maybe not the most meta to begin with, right? In addition to the 25% damage reduction from headshots, tanks are also getting a massive increase to the knockback resistance in their passive, going from 30% to 50%, which is like almost a 100% increase, right? Like this is like an 80% increase in effectiveness in how strong you are against getting booped around, which is annoying as hell for every player in the game, but especially annoying for tanks who are required to take space and are expected to take space in certain team fights. So this is going to be, you're going to find yourself booped off the edge less often. However, this does not affect characters like Roadhog and his hook. So while the knockback resistance will affect characters like Brig and like Lucio, like Pharah with her aerial boop, this will not affect characters that actually hook you in like Roadhog. And because of that, you're still going to see Roadhog be pretty meta, because he's going to be able to hook people into the Ilios well and pull people off the map and stuff like that. So this, while this is a big buff against smaller characters, not as big of a buff against against Roadhog specifically. Gotta go, man. I'll be back on soon. All right, Unicron, thanks for hanging out, dude. I appreciate you. Junker Queen got a small buff in this patch. Her commanding shout can now be activated while using other abilities. So if you are in the middle of swinging her axe, or, you know, just firing or throwing her knife, you can activate commanding shouts to give you that additional health. And also your teammates who are near you, they will also get that additional health. That will also give you the speed boost, which will allow her to close the gap a little bit easier. Junker Queen is going to be slightly more meta after this patch, although she does not actually have armor health. I'm pretty sure she has no armor health, so a lot of the rest of the things don't actually affect her, but she does get the 25% damage reduction from critical headshots, which gives her a bit more tankiness in general. And you know, you're going to see Queen kind of a little bit more often, but she's not going to be as meta as other characters, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. The cooldown on her commanding shout also reduced from 14 to 12 seconds, so a what is that, like a 15% buff to her cooldown. That's pretty all right. You know, the commanding shout was her most useful ability in general, because it not only gives herself health, but it gives her team health, and also the speed buff that comes along with it. So this is going to be a decent buff for Junker Queen. But now we're going to talk about Sigma, who no longer requires line of sight to the center of his ultimate. The Gravitic Flux was previously, if you use his ultimate and you got line of sighted by like a car or a piece of terrain or something like that, if the center of the ultimate was blocked off, you actually were not able to pick people up behind pieces of cover. And the most annoying character in the game to counter Sigma in his ultimate was actually Lifeweaver. So rest in peace to Spicy One's main. I'm sorry, dude. But the Lifeweaver tree was actually a really good counter to Sigma's ultimate if you could use it at the perfect timing, because you could drop it directly on the center of his ult and kind of grow the tree, and then Sigma would not be able to affect the characters on the other side as long as he was line of sighted from the other side of the ultimate. That is no longer going to be a problem, and that's also going to cause characters that are within the circle, no matter what is blocking them from Sigma, to also be affected by this, which means that Sigma's just going to flat out get a better quality of life while using his ultimate. This is a pretty strong ultimate in general. It can not only be used to damage people, but pulling people up in the air and holding them there for a second makes them susceptible to headshots. The damage when they get pulled down is also pretty good. When combined with a left click or a rock, it can kill a lot of characters or get them very low. And the other uses of it, you can actually use Sigma's ultimate if the enemy team is inside of overtime on like a payload or something like that, and they have to push the payload forward. If they trigger overtime enough times, you can actually use Sigma's ultimate to lift them off of the cart, and then in that time, the overtime timer will drain down to 0, and you can use that to counter their ability to continue to push inside of payload maps, which is, in my opinion, the most professional use of the ultimate in general, to remove people from being able to activate their win condition, basically. So, gonna be a very strong buff for Sigma, although not necessarily affecting the numbers. It does directly affect one of his counters, so I think that is something that everybody should be paying attention to. If you are inside of the Sigma circle, you will be hit by his ultimate now, so just be prepared for that. Wrecking Ball got a bunch of buffs at the beginning of Season 10 and is continuing to eat good here in the mid-season patch. He's got a Grappling Claw increased damage from 50 to 60. And basically that means that the Grappling Claw itself, when you go into Fireball mode and you hit somebody, direct impact them with your Fireball, you are going to deal a little bit more damage to them. And this is in addition to the rest of the buffs that he also got. And Grappling Claw for Wrecking Ball now has a 1-second cooldown if you do not reach the Fireball speed while grappling. So this is going to be something that we're going to see a lot of Ball in the meta here moving forward. Although he is one of the highest skill ceiling characters in the game, arguably the highest skill ceiling on par with Doomfist in the tanking role. And because of that, like, the amount of good Wrecking Balls we'll see, potentially not as many as the amount that we'll see in games, but these buffs are going to help raise the skill floor, and because of that, you're going to see more people playing the character in general, and potentially more people, you know, falling in love with the character overall. The pile driver movement lockout duration for enemies has been increased from 0.5 seconds to 0.75 seconds, which is a 50% increase in the amount of time that pile driver knocks you into the air. And similar to Sigma's Gravitic Flux ultimate, holding someone in the air for a longer period of time, like I said, opens them up to be susceptible to headshot damage. And that's important because, like, a Sojourn can railgun people out of the air pretty easily. The Helix Rocket from a Soldier can also hit people out of the air. You can headshot them with Ash. Like, there's a lot of benefit that comes from this, and a 50% increase to the in-air time from pile driver is going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of characters out there. So be on the lookout for this. I'm telling you guys that being knocked up by Ball will get on your nerves eventually if you continue to play this season. But the biggest buff overall to Wrecking Ball is the damage from his minefield being increased from 130 to 165. That is like to compensate for the health buffs, but the explosion knockback is increased from 5 to 10 meters, which is a 100% increase in the knockback from the minefield. And what this means is you will be knocked into other mines from Wrecking Ball more often, because the mines are actually not 10 meters away from each other. So when you do run into one, you will get knocked into another one, which will kill you if you are a lower health character. Basically, if you are not a tank and you get hit by one of his mines, if you are not outside of the minefield from the knockback, you will hit another one and die. And this is going to be, like I said, massive buffs to Wrecking Ball this season, combined with the initial buffs that he got at the beginning of Season 10. We're going to see a lot of Ball in this meta, and he is going to dominate the game for the people who are really good at playing him. In addition to that, like, don't forget that he also gets the changes to armor health. He gets the additional 25% headshot damage reduction for critical hits, and then, like, all of the changes that he got at the beginning of Season 10. It's going to be a huge time for Ball players. So if you like this character, or you think you might want to try getting good at this character, now is the time. Zarya gets a small buff here, with Graviton Surge getting its radius increased from 6 to 7 meters. The 6 meter radius on Grav was already pretty forgiving. It would suck you in from pretty far away, and because of that, a lot of people get kind of caught where they think that they are not going to be pulled into the Grav. They oftentimes do get pulled in, and that becomes a pretty big deal. The larger the radius actually becomes. This 7 meter radius is going to pull you in from even farther, so we're going to have to get used to really giving Graviton Surge the amount of space that it deserves, and like respecting its power here in Season 10. And the duration of being pulled in has been increased from 3.5 to 4 seconds. And this is significant because while that's not a huge amount of time, that is enough time for characters like Junkrat, who we'll talk about in just a second, to come in and drop a couple of mines on you, to get hit by a couple of Pharah rockets, to get railgunned by Sojourn. Like, this additional time being pulled in is going to be very beneficial for Zarya. And it seems like in addition to the survivability updates that they have given to tanks, they are also buffing most of the tank's ultimates here. As you see, aside from Queen, we got an ultimate buff here for Sigma, we got one for Wrecking Ball, we got one for Zarya. So a lot of buffs going out across the board for ultimates for tanks. For Junkrat, they are increasing the impact damage from his primary fire from 40 to 45, and that will increase his total damage from 120 to 125, which basically allows him to two-hit characters with his primary fire. And while that is not as oppressive as it used to be, because if you don't know about Junkrat's wombo combo, he used to be able to shoot you once and then throw a mine and detonate it in your face, and that would kill you. That is kind of a lower skill maneuver than actually landing two direct hits from his primary fire, which can be a little bit harder to control. And so they're going with the skill impact here. So for the skillful people using Junkrat, you will be able to two-hit characters once again, which is a large buff to him, because when the Season 9 health pool changes came out and he was no longer able to two-hit people, Junkrat's viability in the meta went down significantly. But this is also a large increase in his viability because of the tank passive, which, like I said, gives you a minus 25% damage from headshots. Does not actually affect Junkrat, whose primary fire does not get a headshot damage multiplier. So you're going to see a lot of Junkrat in this upcoming meta, and if you have not gotten good with this character, now is a good time to start messing around with him and kind of commit his primary fire arc to muscle memory, and in doing so, you're going to find yourself in a lot of engagements against tanks that have a large amount of armor. We're talking about your Reinhardts and your Orisas, that, like, you are now able to kind of skate that a little bit easier as Junkrat, and will also increase your viability against squishier targets. For Echo, they were finding it more difficult to gain an ultimate while playing Echo during her duplication ultimate. So when you duplicate a target, you had previously a 4 times multiplier to how fast you could generate that target's ultimate and try to unleash it as Echo. That has been increased to 4.5 times, which basically just means that when Echo uses dupe, she will be able to get an ultimate from the character she duplicated just a little bit faster, which is good. Overall, Echo is an incredibly strong character, also not as impacted by the damage reduction both from armor and from the headshots, because Echo's focusing beam, which is the primary means of eliminating a tank, essentially. The focusing beam deals extra damage while characters are below 50% health. That does not actually get a headshot damage multiplier, which means it will not be affected by the negative 25%, similar to Junkrat and Pharah. So Echo is going to be a hard meta pick coming up here for the rest of the season. We also have an increase to a buff to Hanzo's ultimate, increasing the speed from 12 meters per second to 15 meters per second. So our noodles that were spicy before are going to be just a little bit spicier now, and that's going to make it a little bit easier for you to actually gain some value from Hanzo. My cat is going nuts. He loves these mid-season buffs. I'll tell you what, he is in love with these mid-season buffs. We're going to see a little bit of an increase there. It's a 25% increase in speed for Hanzo's ultimate. So those noodles are just a little bit faster than they were before. Make sure that you get out of the way, right? Because they will kill you pretty quickly. This also reduces the duration of his ultimate, I believe. So, like, they travel a certain amount of distance before they disappear. And I believe it doesn't say specifically, but I want to say that this will reduce his ultimate duration by 25% as well. I could be wrong on that. We're going to have to test it and find out, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means as well, without having to actually say it. And then for Brig, Brig used to be able to really destroy people with her shield bash. Utilizing her shield bash and then popping her ultimate to shield bash a second time would basically kill squishier characters. And what that did was too oppressive at the time. With the Season 9 health buffs, that became not really an issue. So they gave Brig back her ability to reset the shield bash duration. Wow. They gave Brig her ability to reset the shield bash duration cooldown while pressing her ultimate, and basically that just gives her a larger amount of burst straight off the start, so she can bash, rally, bash, and swing, and that will still basically kill a squishy character, but it requires the additional uptime of being on them for the bash plus the swing following to actually be able to kill them, which is not as oppressive as it used to be, where it used to just be like, you know, you walk up to an Ana or a Zenyatta on the other team, and then you bash, rally, bash, and they just died. So this is a small buff to Brig, but it will be something that we see coming forward in the meta. Brig is actually one of the highest win rate characters in the game. I want to say because people don't really know how to play against Brig, but like most of the time when you see a Brig, it's kind of the Doomfist scenario where they're either very good or they don't know how to play Brig at all and they get very little value out of the character. So this should essentially raise the skill floor just a little bit, and we should see Brig a little bit more in the Season 10 meta moving forward here from the mid-season patch. We got a bunch of bug fixes across the board, some places where you could get stuck in certain maps. For Mercy, they fixed a bug with her feathers on her mythic skin, and for Venture, they basically the buffs or the bug fixes here are non-existent in terms of a player experiencing them and having some type of like detriment to their actual playstyle. None of these are really a problem, except for the very, very rare bug where occasionally you would burrow and you would stay above the ground. That was kind of a weird one. That was kind of the only one that really affected your playstyle. The rest of it is kind of all just nonsense, and that is essentially what happened with tanks. Flo, what's going on, dude? Welcome. We are talking about the dominance of tanks here, moving into the mid-season patch, and the changes to tanks are going to be huge. The amount of damage reduction that you're going to see versus tracers, especially against characters that have armor, large amounts of armor, like an Orisa, who already has the ability to make it so that you can't critically hit her, now having a 25% damage reduction, plus the amount of DR from the armor changes. It's going to be wild, dude. Orisa, while she was already the best tank in the entire game, is now going to be even better, even though she got nerfed a little bit. And the spear spin being nerfed actually does hurt her, right? It does hurt her in certain ways, but the amount of damage reduction that Orisa has, both from armor and her ability to go gold, which removes your ability to crit her to begin with, plus the 25% DR from critical headshot damage. This basically just means that while Orisa was previously the best tank in the game, she is now still very much the best tank in the game. Like, so even though she got nerfed, still the best tank in the game. Roadhog is also going to be incredibly oppressive. Although he does not have armor, he does get the 25% DR from critical headshot damage, which will stack with his take a breather damage reduction. So we're going to see a lot of Roadhog in this meta. We're also going to see a lot of Mauga in this meta, because Mauga is already kind of like teetering on being top tier, and with his cardiac overdrive combined with his ability to hit headshots on higher health characters like Roadhog, his tank busting ability is going to be very much a thing to contend with here in Season 10 moving forward. Mauga, Roadhog, Orisa, these are the characters you really want to watch out for. Reinhardt got a few small buffs, so he will be a little bit better. We'll probably see a few more Reins, but he's not buffed to the point where he's really going to be good. The changes to out of combat health will affect Doomfist and Wrecking Ball, and so that is like a pretty decent buff to Doomfist, plus the 25% DR against headshot damage, so you're going to see more Doomfist. Wrecking Ball is like literally just covered in buffs this season. Ball is like the tank to get ready to learn if you have not learned him already. And then just in addition to that, you're gonna see like Queen with a little bit more play based on her ability to take less damage from the tank passive, as well as her ability to utilize commanding shout just a little bit more often. A slight bump in the meta for Junker Queen here. So good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. This might just turn me back into a tank main. I can't blame you, dude. Tanks are going to be the most oppressive thing in the entire game. It's not even going to be close. The amount of damage and survivability that tanks are going to have is going to be off the charts. Now I wonder who you think the worst tank in the game is. I've never thought about it. Maybe Doom. Well, let's go ahead. Let's have a look at him, right? The worst tank in the game is still, without a doubt, Reinhardt. It's not even close. It's not even up for question. It's not up for debate. Worst tank in the game is still Reinhardt. By a long shot, by a massive margin, it's still Rein. His kid is too old. The buffs that he got, while they are nice, is not going to make him meta. He needs an entire, full rework to actually make it to the point where he will be usable. Although, against potatoes, you may find Reinhardt pretty effective. And an extremely aggressive Reinhardt against a bunch of potatoes with no thumbs can be unstoppable because they don't know how to stop him to begin with. But the same could be said for any tank, right? Like, if you did that with any character in the tank role, you could do the exact same thing. But it's just scary with Reinhardt because he is a big guy up in your face, right? But the worst tank in the game, still Rein by a long shot. The in terms of next, you're gonna see that Zarya is actually gonna be more oppressive than she used to be, because her 25% headshot damage reduction is going to allow her to survive a lot more things, like Widowmaker, who used to counter her pretty effectively from far away. The amount of Winstons we're going to see will probably go down slightly because of the increase in the effectiveness of Orisa, Roadhog, and Mauga. So, you're gonna need to play even better as Winston now to get value out of him, but he's still arguably probably the best tank in the game in terms of, dive ability. While Doomfist is an incredibly high skill ceiling tank and can get a ton of value, you can do most of what Doom does on Winston with less effort, and because of that, Winston still is one of the most perfectly created kits in the game. So, we're gonna see Winston less, but that doesn't mean he's going to be less effective, you know what I mean? And then in addition to that, Doom will be harder to kill because of the headshot damage. So, that's something that we're gonna have to contend with. Doom is already incredibly oppressive. Essentially, we're gonna have, if you've ever played Dead by Daylight, where, one person plays the monster from a horror movie, and the rest of the team plays the civilians, right? The civilians here are going to be essentially just getting murdered over and over again. Why is this happening to me? Let's go here. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Sorry, I forgot to press the button to change me off of the Chrome screen. I was like, did I leave that up? But it's not actually on this page. It's on a different page. But anyhow, yeah, so we're going to see Reinhardt, still the worst tank. But the Doomfist players are going to have a little bit of a buff here. So even, terrible Dooms are going to be a little bit stronger than they were before. The Wrecking Ball characters that are really good at ball are going to be, unstoppable, basically, in this patch, because the characters that used to be able to kill Wrecking Ball, Sombra, right? A hard counter to Wrecking Ball was Sombra, deals far less damage against characters with armor now. So, you have to, and then in addition to that, the damage from headshots being reduced, Sombra is going to be way less effective against shutting down Doom and Ball, and because of that, we're gonna see tanks just be the monster from the horror movie, just walking around like Jason, right? Just walking around with their goddamn machetes, just cleaving through the entirety of the rest of the game, and no one will be able to stop them. This is basically what we're going to be looking forward to for the rest of Season 10. I expect some of these changes will get walked back a little bit at the start of Season 11. But for now, and for the remaining, 6 weeks of this season, tanks are going to be the most overpowered role in the entire game. It's not even going to be close. They're going to destroy everything, and it's going to be very, very scary. I'm going to scroll up, because it looks like I missed a bunch of stuff. Excited to play Rein this patch. It is going to be good. The buffs to Earthshatter are pretty decent in general. So Reinhardt plus the amount of armor that he has is going to make him a fun character to play. Even though he's the worst, that doesn't mean that you can't play him in every scenario, right? You'll still be able to get some decent value out of Rein. Something I just thought about now is D.Va potentially getting major value out of her infinite ammo. She used to be a problem for Mercy back when she was the only one with health regen. D.Va's little sprinkle across the field to stop the tanks regenerating. Yeah, that will be a thing. D.Va's ability to never reload will stop tanks from being able to regen health. But another thing, like, you gotta weigh in the idea that stopping tanks from regenning health may be a worse call than letting them regen health, depending on whether or not their supports are with them, right? Because if you let them regen health, their supports get less ultimates. So, like, there's kind of the give and take here of, do I sprinkle the tank with a little bit of damage to stop him from regenning health and then force his supports to heal him back up? Or do I let him regen health so that his Kiriko and his Lucio get less ultimate charge and can't counter us in the next fight with a faster Kitsune or Beat? You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of give and take there, which I think is cool. You'll make him work, Flo. I have no doubt that you will make Reinhardt work. I know you'll be in here swinging the hammer and destroying people regardless. I believe Flo will dominate as Ryan regardless. I believe you are right. 100%. And because of that, like I said, we cannot actually review any gameplay today. So the gameplays have all been reset. If I go over to replays, you can see that I can't bring this replay over. Just gonna come over and grab it so that I can show you, so that you know I'm not bullshitting. Right here is the replay code. Bang, incompatible version, because we have unfortunately lost all of our gameplay reviews here from the previous patch. So we're just gonna dive right into the game. And while I am still not at my peak performance, because I took like a week of Overwatch off, I took like a week of time to play other things and, like, you know, and just chill out for a little bit before this mid-season patch. We're gonna dive in and we're gonna let Spud do what Spud does best, which is absolutely bully people with a gigantic mech. She's gonna go full-on Gundam and server admin people across the map. She's gonna murder everybody with her boops and her, like, unending health pool. And don't forget that, like, D.Va gets to take advantage of both the critical headshot damage reduction plus the armor changes as well. So, like, D.Va is going to be very strong in this patch too. Albeit probably not as strong as some of the other characters that got massive buffs. D.Va is still going to be, especially in the hands of an experienced D.Va player like Spud, you're going to see D.Va do some ridiculous things. You got your new skin? You got the Porsche skin? You going in looking like a sweet ride? Yeah, you are. Looking chrome as hell. Matching the thumbnail.
Nothing breaks that I cannot.
I swear we didn't plan that. It's just coincidence that you happen to be on the thumbnail. The boost sounds like a car. That's cool. I looked at it in the store and I thought, damn, that looks sexy, and then I never looked at it again. I swear I'm experiencing like a small delay. It could just be me. It does feel like I have a small delay though. How much did the skin cost? It cost everything, Flo. Like Thanos. They got a Winston. I'm gonna charge up on the Winston bubble here. I'm gonna let this Winston do what he thinks he wants to do. Put that disruptor shot there. I'm gonna hit my, I have 1 HP. Thanks, support. I appreciate you guys. You guys are top tier, dude. The Winston has come around and taken our team out, unfortunately. I don't know why we stopped over there to fight, but it's cool. It's cool. I didn't come with you guys, so it's my fault. I meant to slide backwards and jump up, but unfortunately I didn't. So we need to make sure that the Winston gets punished here for being too far out. Looks like he is diving in and out on our team here. We know that he is on the other side of this wall because his barrier is here. We're just gonna charge up the rail on his barrier. I'm gonna toss that down there. We're just gonna eliminate that guy if I need to. And like, there goes Spud already stealing the play of the game from everyone. There it is, dude. Yeah, no, you're welcome. Just absolutely robbing everybody of their ability to see their face in the play of the game menu. You'll never see a more effective tank than we have right now. Yeah, this Winston thinks that he's gonna get me. I'm telling you, he's gonna find out. I will catch my aim, I'll catch my groove in this game, and I will headshot him. Even with 25% reduced damage. You know what I'm saying? Got the, Winston is all the way back here now. Just gonna put that right there. I am stuck. Why am I stuck? That's the second time that that's happened. That happened yesterday as well, where it felt like I got pulled in by Ramatra's, field. What is it called? The field that pulls you down by, with Ram. I am gonna get killed by this, unfortunately. The supports seem to have left. I'm not sure if they died or where they went, but our Moira is doing more damage than healing, I think. Not really going to help us out here. We need to keep our tank alive. There we go. We got Spud is already halfway to another ultimate here. Just gonna get up and out of the way. Just falling back a little bit. Making use of the health pack where I need it. Just gonna slide through this health pack. And I missed my rail, but that's okay. Fired a little bit prematurely there. I can put this heavy damage in on this Ram. Make Genji pop his deflect. Or, yeah, Ram. Cassidy even. Cassidy goes down, we're good. Need to keep our tank alive. I'm just gonna kill that, oh no! Oh no, dude! I jumped off the edge. Yo, we don't have to talk about it, alright? We're doing fine. We're doing fine. I'll come back, don't worry. I'll catch my groove again. I thought my dash was off cooldown. And I jumped off of that thing thinking that I would be able to jump across that gap. When I pressed the button, I expected it to work, and it didn't. Again, I took a week off, so cut me some slack. I'll catch my groove again. Our tank was able to kill their Life Weaver off the start. They have no res, so they can't stop that. Get some big damage up on their characters here. Just gonna put my disruptor shot in this doorway. Looking for my spot here on the Winston or one of their squishier targets. We can see that the Winston is over in the corner. With the Lucio diving me, I need to get up and out of the way here. And there it goes. That's alright. It's totally fine, because we got a full team wipe there. That's a full team wipe. We're totally fine. Will we be able to get back in time? That's going to be tough. Definitely going to be tough. We're going to have to dive through here as fast as we can. I'm just going to try and jump over this. I don't think I'm going to make it in time. I don't think we're going to make it in time. Maybe Moira could get there. And unfortunately not. And so I ended the round with my ult in my pocket. It is what it is. We'll get him in the next round. We don't need to talk about it. I definitely have the most deaths on the team. We'll do better here in a bit. It really looked like you just gave up, not gonna lie. Yeah, I did. I did. That's exactly what I was doing.
You should visit me in Korea, Mina. Oh, I love that.
There's definitely a delay, bro.
True hospitality, Korea style.
I smell shenanigans.
Oh, that is... that is rough. Let me just see. Like, okay, so I want to show you what I'm talking about here. Let me just reset the ball. Look at how much time between when I melee and when the ball actually goes. Ready? You see that? It might be hard to see.
Neither are you. Hello.
But, it's significant. And yeah, so we were able to headshot that Winston there, which made it significantly harder for him to survive. We're gonna get up in the shit of this Life Weaver. We're just gonna go ahead and jump on the point here, make sure that we are actually taking the point. Right now, yeah, there we go. I was gonna say their tank should be coming through right now. I'm gonna save my dive ability so that I can get up and out of the way. Just gonna back up some, just backing up some. See that the Winston is up top. Just gonna put that on top of him. And I'm getting dove by both Winston and Lucio at the same time. But that's okay. They still don't have the point yet, so at least there's that. Their team is falling apart as well. Yeah, but like most of their team is dead. I don't think we'll have any trouble getting in here. I gotta remember, I might have to, bro is playing on the Starbucks Wi-Fi. I am playing on the Starbucks Wi-Fi. Alright, I'm too poor to afford an internet connection. Bro, like, she hit him from so far away. You killed that Lucio from downtown. I need to get over to the pylon so that I don't die. I took one hit from Junkrat. Half of my hit points are gone. Just keeping an eye on where this Genji is. Put that right there for him. Put it on the side there, right? So that the Genji can't... Oh my god, dude. Fuck you. Good job on his part, though. I tried to jump over the thing. If you watch on my kill cam here, bang, you'll see me slide backwards. I jumped over the thing to land on the Mega. Unfortunately, he got me with the right click before I was able to land on it. I did the right thing, though. I know exactly what I was trying to do. Oh, yeah, I can see the lag a little bit there. Charging up the rail on this tank here. Just gonna get up and out of the way. Making sure that this tank takes this big damage. We know that our diva is out of mech right now, so we gotta be careful about letting her die. And of course, as I say that, she dies. I'm gonna get up and over to a piece of cover where I can potentially escape if I need to. Just gonna put that downtown, waiting for our diva to come back. And it looks like we're not gonna be able to get away from this. So I'm just gonna wait a second so that the Genji doesn't dive up to me. Because if he does, I will die, because both my supports are dead. We're just gonna get backwards. Getting up and out of the way here. This Junkrat wants to be able to utilize his ultimate, and we're just gonna not let him. Oh my god. Holy lag, bro. It's like my feet are sticky. Just gonna get up and out of the way. I can't catch a heal from this goddamn Moira, who is just walking away. Literally just walking away.
This ends now. Cooling down.
We're just gonna kill that Roadhog. And that should allow us to take this point back with no problem. We gotta get onto it, but with their hog dead, we should be able to get over there without too much issue. Well, I'm dead. Yep. There it is, dude. That was a hell of a tire. Just waiting around the corner for me. That was our moment right there to try and... I played like shit this game, bro. But also, the weird lag issue that I'm running into is a little bit difficult to deal with. We'll see if we can get there. I don't think we'll be able to take this back. But hopefully we'll be able to do it in the next game. Woof. Alright, so we're just gonna leave. We're just gonna pretend like that one didn't happen. We're gonna... Mulligan, dude. Mulligan. Alright? Cut me some slack. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna come back. We're gonna do awesome. I got a follow on Twitter by somebody who wants to have their art commissioned. Those are like the most people who follow on Twitter are those guys. It's all lag, not our fault. It was mostly my fault. I'm not gonna lie. One of those games, but don't worry, I will catch my groove again. I will find my ability to play video games again soon. And if it keeps being like this, I might have to play a different character that I don't have to worry about positioning as much, because the positioning for Sojourn determines her value. Like, if I can't get to the position or be in the position that I need to be, then I can't hit my railguns, then I won't get any value out of the character, right? So, assuming that I can do that, I should be totally fine. If not, I will swap over to somebody like Junkrat and just spam mines from far away, and then in that way I won't have to worry about being in the right position, because I'll just assume that people will walk on my stuff and kill themselves. I think that is an effective strategy here, at least for now. Because the pinpoint accuracy required to get value out of Sojourn, like, you have to have good internet for that. So if it's gonna lag like this, and it was doing this yesterday too, I'm not sure if it's just based on where we are or what, but like, it could be the patch, or it could be like our distance from each other. But typically I don't really run into this when you and I play together, Spud, even though like we're across the world from each other. So I would not expect this to be a problem for the entire time we're playing. Could have just been that one lobby. I hope it was just that one lobby.
I like both kinds of music, country and western.
So yeah, so this is the Diva Porsche skin that is featured here on the thumbnail. Looks pretty cool. I like her, I don't know what to call this, like her getup. Hairstyle's a little bit different, right? The sunglasses are pretty cool. Her, what is this, like a fleece, I guess? Has the Diva logo on it, which I think is pretty dope. The skin overall looks pretty sleek, pretty fire, not gonna lie. I've never been a massive Porsche guy, but it is really cool. It does sound like a Porsche as well. I actually haven't had lag today or yesterday, so it's possible that we're just playing on your servers then, which is not a big deal. I'll just have to adjust. It just takes time to get used to that. I really like that player emblem, player card, whatever they call it here. They're emblems in Destiny. The noises are so satisfying. It does sound cool. It does have like a certain charm to it, you know? Got the Porsche skin for Farah as well. Looks pretty dope. The emblem, pretty cool. And then the, like, not so much of a fan of the player card, player icon. A little bit plain, but that's okay. I think in general this was a cool collaboration. And not something that I would have expected from Overwatch, that's for damn sure. We also have the puppet skin for Sombra up right now, and I don't know if this was like from a previous season or what, but this shit is fucking dope. I love this skin. I don't know why it's so cool to me, but damn, this thing is awesome to me. In my opinion. Very, very cool. I got the music box souvenir as well. I literally don't give a single damn about souvenirs. I never think about them. I never have cared about them at all. But it is interesting to see new ones. This is my favorite Cassidy skin. If I were to use a Cassidy skin, this is the one I would use. Just based on who I am as a person. It hits for everything that I like. It's got black, it's got red. It looks, you know, it's got spikes on it. Very dope, in my opinion. But it costs the same as the other Cassidy's. Like, it costs the same as buying it from the store on a day when it's not in the store. So, not sure how much I care about that. I feel like Farah got the short end of the stick. I mean, there had to be one that was cool and one that was just okay, right? Like, it had to be like that. Otherwise, like, how would they sell the Diva skin? You know, they had to have one that was like, okay, this is the one, and then this is your door prize, right? If you want to buy the Diva skin and get some extra stuff for fun, then you can have this one too.
We're in this together.
All right, Flo, I'm pretty sure you left. But if you can still hear the sound of my voice, Flo, I promise I'll do better this game. Yeah. I'm still feeling that delay. Listen to the sound delay. It's like my fist hits, and then like a second later, the sound effect goes off. Might just be one of those games. One of those days, I'll have to play something else. I'll have to be effective with a different character. I hope not, though. I would really like to just play my main. You know, just play the character that I'm good with. Good is I'm giving myself a lot of credit there. Charging up the rail on this Rhine shield a little bit. I'm getting hit by Farah from the side, and I fucked up my jump, so I'm just gonna get out of the way so that I don't get blasted by Farah rockets. And then when Farah comes into view here, I will gladly put the railgun into her. Just gonna put that over there. Damage in on the enemy there. Oh my god, I messed up my jump again. I'm gonna try and protect Ana here. I was able to get the big damage out on that Genji before he dashed through me. I hit him in the body with that railgun, so it's looking good now. Ryan put up his shield at the exact moment he needed to, but with the big damage from myself and D.Va, we were able to take him out. Who do you need help from?
Not so fast.
Just gonna back up and out of the way of the Kitsune Rush, because I don't want to take the L. Got a few seconds left on my disruptor shot here. With our tank down, we need to go immediately. Just gonna try and charge, keep my railgun charge up for if Genji wants to come around the corner at me.
Enemy team is pushing forward.
We're just gonna try and get out of the way. Try not to get killed by the right clicks of the sim. Destroy her teleporter. Put that behind Reinhardt so that if he tries to retreat, he can't.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Big damage up on this Kiriko. Put that behind me in case the Genji decides he wants to come around. I'm stuck.
This ends now. I'll make it worth your while. Hello.
Okay.
Robot secure.
Okay. We're good now. Good now. Feeling good. I disagree. I think I hit him in his head, but that's okay. Charging up the rail. Looking for my moment. Getting up and out of the way. Just gonna kill that sim. Yeah, we're gonna bully this Ryan to death. Yeah, we're not gonna let him get away from that. With our soldier pushing the other side, we don't have to worry about the enemy team being up in our face here. We got the DudeNoWay. Going in hot. Destroying the sim turrets there. Watching out for the sim right click. Gonna put the disruptor shot right on top of Reinhardt. Watch out for the earth shatter. He should have it. Forcing Ryan to reposition, which will free us up from the people on the point there.
Heroes never die.
Pushing ahead now.
There's that earth shatter I was worried about. And our team goes down. Time to back off, right? Create distance between myself and them. Give Mercy somebody to fly to. Fly to me, Mercy, fly.
Just what I was looking for. Appreciate it.
Boosting your damage.
Breaking them down. Railgun powered and ready.
Putting that damage in on the Reinhardt as he comes around the corner. Charging up the rail. Don't want to get into the Ryan's face here, so I'm just going to try and get out of the way. Put that onto his body. I got to destroy.
Just try to stop me.
Just going to get out of the way here.
This ends now. I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, so that is exactly what I needed to do there. Although I probably didn't have to utilize my ultimate to do it.
Clear out.
Feeling more powerful?
Trying to get out of the way here.
Railgun charge.
Just gonna put that disruptor shot on the other side of the wall.
I'm on my game now.
Bro, no way that hindered me from all the way up here. That's such horse shit. Sliding myself out of the way, grabbing the health pack. Putting the disruptor shot down on this Rhine. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get out of the way. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That was my first death. Much better this game. Much better this game. Getting the res here, so that's good. Also, it helps to not have a TikTok Moira on your team. Supports that are actually supporting you is a big deal. I may not live through this, but I'm trying to get up and out of the way here. Just trying to get up and out of the way. We're gonna punish this Reinhardt for making a mistake. We're gonna bully this Sim. Yep, we're gonna bully this Ana. Gonna back up, and now we're gonna bully this Cass. Yep, good. Where's the Ana? I think Ana's still alive, right?
Just what I was looking for.
Thank you.
Oh well, looks like we lost her. It is what it is. Charging up the rail here, charging up the rail. I have another ultimate. Just gonna put this on the, There she is. That sneaky little bugger.
This ends now.
Can I hit a shot, please? There we go. It was worth it.
Escorting the robot.
There we go.
Breaking them down.
All right. Took me a little bit to catch my groove, but I caught it. Kiriko's back here. Kiriko on me.
That's the stuff.
That's not worth it to chase her anymore. They have a Zarya now. And remember, we combat Zarya by just not being up next to her.
Railgun powered and ready to fire.
It was a good shot by that Ana. Just gonna stand here on this health pack.
Clear out.
I'm getting up and out of the way. Forcing their team to re-engage on me. Backing off, because we don't have a tank yet. But we know that if the robot's being pushed forward, that there are people on the robot. So I'm going to charge the railgun on the people that are trying to stand on the robot.
Just what I was looking for. Railgun charged.
Fucking, I got hit by a Mei right click at the same moment I got hit by a Cassidy left click. But we're still doing really good. Still obliterating their team. Just we have not gotten the lead back yet.
My approach.
It's alright. We kill Zarya by killing everybody else on her team.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Oh, I'm feeling the movement.
You're powered up. Get in there. I'm unstoppable. Fish's design at work.
I tried to get out of the way there. There we go. There we go. Oh, no. We didn't quite get to it in time. I tried, dude. I tried. That was a much better game. 20-3 there. Unfortunately, we didn't win it, but it was a good game. Much better. Ah, what a game. Holy shit. Apparently, one of my Gmails is out of storage. What a shame. All right. Starting to feel my groove again. Oh, we had some lower level guys on our team that time. I think you did well against the Zarya. I don't think that you were the problem at all there, Spud. I think that we just needed to keep you alive a little bit more. If you look at how much our team did for heals, it was like a lot of heals. But then you look at how many deaths that you had, and like that shouldn't be... They shouldn't have that many heals, and you have this many deaths. You know what I mean? It was unfortunate. Like, there's no reason you should have been dead 7 times. I'm so sick of Zaryas. I understand. I definitely do. Zarya can be a pain in the ass. But she can't get you if you're on the high ground. I know it's not quite that simple all the time, but you get the idea, though. You just be in places where she can't get to you, and then when she finally runs over to you, then you just fly away again. There's also, you know, there's other characters as well. In this meta, I think that it's a great time to practice other tanks as we move into like something else here. But the new season 10 meta is a good time to practice with other characters, but maybe not in these games necessarily. But should you want to, like, what other character would you even play? Like Queen, I guess. I'm trying to look. I'm like, what female characters are there? Orisa? There really aren't as many female tanks as there should be. It's weird because I feel like most of the roster in Overwatch is female characters, and then you look at the tank role and it's like all dudes basically. It feels like it's dominated by dudes. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, compared to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There are 100% more male characters in the tank role than there are females. D.Va and Zarya are your 2 tanks. Well, you can Zarya versus Zarya. May not always be the best way, but yeah, it definitely can work. The thing about Zarya is you just gotta counter bubbles, and then we can destroy her. If we get the Zarya to come out, and then we see that she uses 2 bubbles, then as she uses the 3rd bubble, then we can attack her. Right, as soon as she uses the 3rd bubble, we can blow up the bubble with our damage, and then just obliterate her. The one thing that we don't want to do is just let her take free space. So, like, I am not afraid to shoot into a Zarya if I know that she's down a bubble. And I'm generally trying to track that as much as I can. Orisa is genderless, I suppose. Yeah, I guess. But, like, kind of in the same way that Echo is genderless. You know what I mean? Where, like, she is, but is she? You know? Like, it's very obviously made to be a female. Same with Orisa, in my opinion. Like, very clearly made after a female likeness, I guess. I don't know. I could say that, like, a more up in the air one would be like Bastion, you know? I feel like Bastion could maybe be a male or a female.
Can I count on you?
Because we don't have like a voice. We don't have, you know, like a voice to go on to clue us in. Female presenting, yeah. I mean, it's like it's a little bit open to interpretation. Presenting feminine, nothing wrong with it. Agreed. It'd be cool to get a mech for Hammond that gave it, like, the mech's voice was a female voice. That'd be an interesting change of pace. Just gonna break out some of these railings so that I can kind of move in the places that I want to move in. See, they have a Rhine, they have an Ashe. Not too worried about that. Gonna charge up some of this railgun on the Rhine shield here. Drop the disruptor shot onto the Reinhardt. Again, charging up some of this rail. Oh my god, that lag. That scared the shit out of me. I thought I was gonna fall off the edge. This is really bad, dude. The lag is really bad. Thankfully, it doesn't feel like it's affecting my headshots too much. More so my positioning, which can affect my headshots, but feels like for the most part, when it feels like I should be on things, it actually is on them. But it's the... Wow, good shot, dude. But it's the positioning of where I'm supposed to be. Like, in that shot, I knew I wasn't going to hit that BAP as he was jumping. I definitely hit him in the chest. But it didn't feel like I should have been headshot by that Ashe either. But when I tried to slide forward a second ago and I press jump, the jump happened like 2 seconds after, or like a second after I pressed the button, and that's a long time. Uh-oh. Taking some heavy damage here. Can I get a heal, please? Just gonna... Thank you. Just gonna wait for my disruptor shot. Come off cooldown here. Charging up the rail. I don't have to worry about Bob as long as he's underneath me. That was a terrible shot on my part. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, my God. It's so bad feeling. Just backing up and out of the way. Trying to move into some cover here. Put that over there so that they have to walk through it. With our diva down, I gotta be careful about what I do next. Just gonna put that there. Again, I'm not feeling like I'm able to do a lot here. My ass that hit me from all the way over there, bro. My ass. I know that they buffed the range of the Earth Shatter, but still.
If they won't quit, neither will I.
Alright, it's feeling a little bit better now. That jump happened when I expected the jump to happen. Pretty important. Just gonna back up into the spawn. Unfortunately, it's not close enough to give me the health that I need. I'll just use my passive there to generate the health that I actually need. Put some damage in on that Ashe back there. Help the Genji be able to kill her. Use this here. Damage in on the enemy team.
This ends now.
Well, that's unfortunate, huh? Just a ridiculous amount of healing from the Baptiste. Able to keep that soldier alive. Gonna try and kill him. Gotta kill the immortality field first. Pushing this Ashe. Just trying to be aggressive, but not too much. Make ourselves go forward here, pushing it forward, pushing the payload. 3 on payload, we're good. We already got the checkpoint, so it doesn't really matter now. Just gonna back up. I definitely can feel the lag again. That should have been a kill on that Ana right there. 100% that should have been a kill on that Ana. Got myself back to the spawn here and back into safety. We're just waiting for the team. We got plenty of time. Don't walk out and get yourself killed. Gonna discourage him from being in the place we don't want him to be. Charging up damage on this Rhine. Gonna let Rhine kill himself while we push the payload forward here. Them not having a tank is more of a pain in the ass for them than it is for us, because we have respawn advantage here. It's pretty close to the same, but we're a little bit closer than they are. I missed. Just gonna back up here. So our 2 tanks. What? Nuh-uh, bro. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. There's no way I should have been hit by that. I was line of sighting him with the payload and everything. Oh my god. Let's just try and keep see if we can keep Spud alive. If we could potentially keep her alive, then maybe we'll have another, another tank here in just a second. We'll see if we can save this,
Just what I was looking for.
We're just gonna kill their support player there. Get their Baptiste out of the way. We got the res on our tank, so we're good to go. And if I can engage with their Reinhardt here and keep him occupied on me, then we know that our team is gonna get to engage over there without having to worry. They're able to get on the payload without having to worry about their team. Oh no.
Disrupting.
Ah, good shot, good shot. I think I got hit with a Helix rocket. I feel like I must have. Let's see. Yeah. I was like, that was a lot of burst damage for the soldier in the Ash with only a single shot. I can go ahead and put that disruptor shot directly on top of them down there. As we wait for our team to come forward here. Got the soldier using his ultimate from behind.
This ends now.
Just by contesting here, I'm hopefully buying our team enough time. I should not have been hit by that second shot by that Rhine. Again, like, yeah, this is lagging my positioning. I wonder what I can do to combat this. Gonna be something to think about here. Because, like, I'm in places where I shouldn't be getting hit, but because of the small amount of latency that I'm running into, I'm getting hit by Ryan when he shouldn't be able to hit me from the distance that I'm at. Hey, Spud with the play of the game. So maybe I try something else next game? Like, I don't just want to give up on Sojourn because she's the most effective damage dealer. But I'm in places where I shouldn't be getting hit. Let's take it to the practice range while we look at this and see if it's doing it in the practice range as well. And that way I'll be able to tell if it's on my part or if it's potentially the games we're getting into.
We're in this together. All of us.
Okay. And it's not in the practice range. But that could be because... Okay, so what I'm listening for here is when I press the melee button as the fist connects, does the sound effect happen at the same time? And it does inside the practice range, right? And as we went into a game, as you guys saw at the beginning of that last game, the sound effect was happening a split second after the fist connecting, which tells me that I'm getting latency. But it's not happening here in the practice range. So maybe it won't be every game. Maybe it is just the servers we've been put into.
I'm on fire. It really was the honor of a lifetime.
Yeah, like everything feels smooth now.
It doesn't get better than that. Dodge this.
Yeah, like this is how it's supposed to feel. Kind of feels like I'm walking in mud a little bit inside of the games. Like my feet, like if you can imagine when you walk into a movie theater and you step on gum and like there's just like that split second where you lift your foot and your foot doesn't quite come up. Like that's what it feels like while we're inside of games for me. And that can be extremely disruptive to the ability to hit headshots with Sojourn.
Next time, think twice.
It can basically remove all of the value that she gets entirely.
Move. Double kill. Powered and ready to fire. Threat neutralized. Double clear out.
Yeah, it feels smooth in here though. So hopefully it doesn't do it for the next game. We'll try it right at the beginning, right? I wanna bring this up again so that you guys can hear it. I'm gonna melee this bot, and you can listen to the sound of the fist hitting and the sound effect of the melee registering at the same second, right? Right, so that is how it's supposed to sound.
I'm on my game now.
I like how supports told me to get down, and I warned them I would just die, but I got down anyway and died. I mean, you can't listen to the supports. You gotta, like, when you're at your level of gameplay, you gotta assume that you know what to do, and that the supports probably don't know their asshole from a hole in the ground. Like, a lot of the times, you're gonna get advice from people in games that don't actually know what to do next. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt, right? Like, you are an incredibly well-versed character at this game, so... player, even. So you know exactly what to do in most scenarios.
Railgun charged. This ends now. 2 down. Clearing house. I warned you. Canadian hospitality. Kill confirmed. Disrupting. Pinpoint accuracy.
Okay. I can't tell you guys how many hours I spent in this practice range doing this from all different angles, practicing the amount of time that it takes to charge up the rail, to get the one hit on people, practicing my placement of my crosshair, building my muscle memory to all different levels. Like, it's insane the amount of hours I've put into learning how to do this. More than any normal person should ever. Honestly.
And you thought I was rusty. Enemy down.
Okay. Cues are pretty long as well. There we go. As soon as I say it, right? All right, so we're going to do the melee test as soon as I get in. We're going to go and melee the wall and melee the ball and see if it's giving me the same problem again. We're attacking, so that gives me a second to actually try it, even. I used to with Hanzo, but I cannot play Hanzo. Hanzo is bad. Hanzo is not good. And I understand why you can't play him. He was better when he could one-hit people in the head, admittedly. But just in general, he has like a very old kit. Very old in terms of what it can do. And while it's been iterated on a few times, he's just like a worse version of Widowmaker, basically. All right, so here we go. You hearing this? So it's the melee hits and then tap. The melee hits and then tap. Listen. You see what I'm saying? So this is showing me that there is still latency in this game. I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see how it goes. But I may have to swap over to something else.
Look alive out there. Sniper spotted. Heads down.
I immediately got hit by a shot there. I'm just gonna slide into this health pack. Took a second for that health pack to realize that I was actually on it. The Doomfist got life gripped out of the way, so he wasn't able to be killed there. They have a Hanzo. What are the chances? We were just talking about this guy. So I was able to kill their Moira there, but our tank is down, so we probably should not keep moving forward. Just gonna put that over there. Charging up my railgun so that when I see wherever the Widow is, I'll be able to shoot her. And I shot her in the head right there. I pressed the button. It even made the sound of my railgun going off. It even made the sound of my railgun going off in my headset.
Just need a new plan.
Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. Gotta get up and out of the way. Got to keep our tank alive. We got to keep our tank inside of her mech. Otherwise, she is not effective. Not able to do the things that she can normally do. The Genji keeping their Moira engaged is a good thing. Just gonna go ahead and kill their Widow there. Waiting for my heal to my movement ability to recharge, so that I can back off and engage from a different angle. I'm putting damage in on their Lifeweaver, forcing him to do the things that I want him to do instead of being where he wants to be. I'm gonna put the disruptor shot directly on top of their tree, and in doing so, that makes it impossible for them to do the stand on the tree and win strategy. Just gonna move out of the way of this dynamite. Unfortunately, it looks like our D.Va's probably gonna go down here. I do have to get out of the way. And unfortunately, I just can't keep engaging while I'm low health like this. I did get a Moira orb thrown to me though, so that's good. I'm about to have my disruptor shot off cooldown again. Just getting up and out of the way for now. Putting my disruptor shot down into their little hidey hole there, where they're chilling out at. So he has to disengage. He has no team left to be able to fight with him, which is great for us. As long as he stays out of the way here, we'll have this point no problem. And he did, so we're good. We got the point. Don't have to worry about that. We can engage with the payload here. Just gonna slide up and out of the way, forcing myself out of the direct line of sight of them. Putting this damage in here. We got somebody on their team has swapped over to a Hanzo. Or maybe, I don't know who was Widow before, but I killed Widow twice and I think they swapped. Whichever one they were, I don't remember. But our second DPS is having a tough time too. Maybe they're also experiencing lag. Lag on Tracer can be like as detrimental as it is on a Sojourn. Because like with a Tracer, you need those split seconds to stay alive. With a Sojourn, you need those split seconds to get kills. I'm pushing the payload. I'm payload princess right now. I'm gonna do my best to engage with this team, while also keeping myself protected from Bob. Putting their disruptor shot into the, putting my disruptor shot into their doorway, so that they can't be as effective here again, and just trying to get up and out of the way here. Waiting for my team to get some value. So our D.Va is nano boosted right now. I'm going to put pressure onto their Hanzo on the high ground position here. We're just going to put the disruptor shot into their doorway so that they can't get as much free value out of being there. Put that into the head of the Junkrat there. We're good. We're good to go. We're pushing it forward now. All right, so put that disruptor shot on them. Got the payload moving forward here. Yep. Don't forget the payload. Gotta actually have the payload to be able to win. You know what I mean? Way harder to win when you don't have the payload. Diving with the D.Va here. To try and get up into her kill range while she engages with other targets. Got the Junkrat is here, so I'm just gonna jump up and slide out of the way. With the Mei shooting right clicks at me, going to be difficult for me to take the positions that I want to take. And because of that, I need to be careful. Use my movement ability to get up and out of the way, turn around, drop the disruptor shot on my escape so that I can live a little bit longer. Got big damage in on that Moira. She's going to be forced to fade. I do not have a movement ability to get out of the way of this, which is unfortunate. This Doomfist is overcommitting hard. And we are at our spawn here, so I'm going to just go ahead and take him out there and punish him for the mistakes that he made. I was able to put a ton of damage into that Junkrat, and Spud was able to follow up with the power of the Diva shotguns there. Doomfist should be out here in just a second. 3, 2, 1, Doom.
Efficient design at work.
Got the right clicks from the Mei are coming out here. We also have the Mei ultimate coming out here. Just gonna get up and out of the way.
This ends now.
Gonna kill their Lifeweaver. Big damage in on their Zarya. Just gonna get up and out of the way. And god damn it, dude, the lag. Did you see me get stuck for a second? Where it didn't put me around the corner? Look. Oh, God, no. That one moment. That one moment.
Job after this.
I made it up to the part where I wanted to go. It just held me there for a split second longer. Again, this is like the, those split seconds are crucial. Becomes more and more crucial the more dangerous the situation I'm actually in. Zarya's down 2 bubbles. The next bubble we engage. Right, and I'm just backing up and out of the way here. I have no health, so I'm just gonna back up. Just gonna give them the thank you. Okay, so this is the moment where we stop allowing her to be free. Big damage in on that, big damage in on that Junkrat. Killing that Zen, forcing them out of the way, and we're good, and we win. Okay, good shit, dudes. Good shit. Yeah, that was a good one. That one wasn't as bad on the lag end. It caught me once. It caught me that one time when I died, and right at the beginning of the game, where I wasn't able to get the kill on the Widowmaker, even though, okay, so that's who the Widowmaker was. This is actually the moment where I pressed my railgun button. It made the sound effect, but because of the lag, it didn't actually give it to me. Right here.
No one can hide.
But it is what it is. At least we won the game, so good stuff. All right. And Spud, what'd you think of that one? Not as bad, right? Not as bad. The lag in that one didn't feel horrible compared to the beginning 2 games. But you can definitely hear it. You can hear the difference in the melee. I don't know if you guys are listening to it. But, like I was saying, when I go up to the door and I press melee,
Together. All of us.
hear how the sound happens as soon as the fist hits the wall. And then in that last game, it goes fist sound, fist sound, fist sound. And that is, that's latency, that's ping. Making it difficult to be who I want to be. But it's not like I don't really want to swap over to Junkrat, right? Because, like, Junkrat is easily killed by a lot of the tanks that are really good. Not as bad. I was lacking a little at the start. My fault for letting the supports die. You did great. You did awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. It is nice to see Junkrat actually able to 2-hit people again, though. Even if it is with the direct impacts. You can actually do it across the floor. Doesn't have to be direct as much as it is. That one was splash damage, but doesn't have to be direct. It can actually bounce and still get them with the 2-hit, which is nice. Alright, so we'll test it out in this next game. We'll do the punch the wall technique and just see what the latency's feeling like. This has definitely been a mid-season patch problem. This has not been an issue with me at all up until yesterday. So, something interesting to think about as we move forward into the rest of the season. Will this stick around, or will this go away eventually? Last game for me, I think, getting a headache. Okay, I understand. Plus, I talk the entire time, so that's got to be something. You know, feel free to mute me during the games. All right, so I punch the wall. We listen for the sound.
My lead. I'll make sure this goes smooth.
Wait for it. Punch sound.
Systems fired up and ready to engage.
That does not make it easier to hear. Oh, that's a pain in the ass, dude. I hate that. I hate it. Been looking at a screen all day, not you at all. I understand. That can be bad for your eyes. Bad for your brain, too. Got that disruptor shot out on their Moira and their Tracer. Got their tank has left the game here. Now that we know that they have a Sombra, we have to pay attention to all of the areas where people are. Got to make sure that we are killing them effectively. Waiting for the team here. And I was able to get that Tracer. Gonna put that right there. Sombra's going to go around and look for a different angle. There we go. Was able to kill their Malga there. I was really afraid I was about to be killed by that pulse bomb. So I fired the railgun as quickly as I could as soon as I came out of the stun from the Malga. Thankfully, I did not get killed by the pulse bomb. Got Sombra is on the point here. Sombra still on the point? No, she died. Okay. They got Kiriko now. They also have a Sig instead of a Malga. Arguably a better pick versus our Diva. I can't see their Sombra right now, but I'm assuming that our team is getting them. Yep. Spud on point with the Sombra killing. We're just going to go ahead and stand on the point here to contest them trying to take it from us on the backfill. We lost our soldier in that moment.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Got it for the parched.
And she got killed by the Diva bomb. And then you said hello. Oh god, that is hilarious. Well done. Well done. Hey.
Good to see you. Stay in sight, and I'll keep.
All right, let's listen. Did it fix itself as we went into the game? No, not really.
All night for this mission. Well, maybe I gained a little too.
Man, so badly do I... The person on DPS on the other team says I can't understand where my team is, and so badly do I want to say skill issue. But I'm not going to talk shit. I'm not going to talk shit. We'll just let him be. We're doing awesome. We're kicking their ass, taking some names. The other person, not them, is playing Sojourn now. Their Sojourn already dead. Just gonna keep our teammates alive here. Just firing off into their Sigma in the distance. Just gonna put some damage into the Sigma. Their Kiriko already dead. We were able to railgun into that Sigma pretty effectively. And unfortunately, I did not get the kill on that Moira, but then she killed herself, which is very funny. Holy shit. Spud, if you could see the lag that happened, like, your Diva went so fast. Your mech went so fast. It must be the Porsche skin. They got a Roadhog now. Charging up into their hog here. I am gonna die. She doesn't understand how this works. Clearly. She's gonna kill that Moira. We got the kill on their Brig as well.
Breaking them down. Over here.
I think it's the Lucio, I feel fast. Yeah, it was crazy. That shit was nutty to look at. You were out of that bitch. Oh, the lag. Oh, God. All right, I just got pulled back to the ground there.
This ends now.
What's up?
Let's get back to basics.
What's up? Understood.
Got it.
They left, dude.
Area denial. This ends now.
Putting big damage in on their team from far away. Making sure I don't get killed by the burst. Getting kind of knocked around by the whole hog there a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Let me just tell him. Andy, thank you so much for the raid, dude. I appreciate you coming by. How's everything? That was a 20-0 here, and a 24-0 for my my teammate, the tank, Neptune Spud, absolutely destroying it. For everybody who is here from Andy Ash's channel, welcome. I am Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and today we are previewing the, we're playing the changes to tank here in Overwatch 2's Season 10 mid-season patch. That was a really good game. We absolutely obliterated them that game, and hopefully we can have more games like that. But we are losing the kind of the star of the team here. Now Spud is about to sign off for the night. It is what is it? 12:55 at night in Australia. So she's gonna go and chill out and take some time not looking at the screen. So just gonna be me for a bit here. How's it going? It's going well, man. How about you? Have you played Pantheon at all from Destiny's new stuff that they released? How's everything on your end, in your neck of the woods? And for those of you who don't know, we are also live over on YouTube, on the DudeNoWay live channel over on YouTube. We're doing this here. That saves our replays forever over on YouTube. That's why we're doing it there as well. So we're live both on Twitch on the DudeNoWay gaming channel and DudeNoWay live over on the Red platform. Spud says, I'd love to stay for the last hour, but I think I need to lay in pitch blackness. I'm so sorry. That's okay. You take your overpowered tank self and go lay in the blackness. And thanks for playing with us, Spud. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. It's always a blast. We definitely caught our groove there towards the end. That was nuts. Some really good games. Absolutely punishing the enemy team. Every time they tried to come around the corner, you were just in their face with a very sleek Porsche mech. Overwatch is running a collab with Porsche right now, the car company. So they're selling these skins that are heavily inspired by the cars, and they even have the sounds of the cars. Listen. Super clean. I love the way that sounds. My muscles need a rest. Yeah, I bet, dude. You've been carrying the team. You know, your back must be sore. All good, thanks. That's what I like to hear, Andy. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, have you played any of the new stuff in Destiny? I know the Whisper mission just came back as well. We're backfilling into this game. We're coming into this one late. We are defending as well. We have a Diva, we have a Widowmaker, we got an Alari, and we have a Zen, which means we're not going to get a lot of healing for this game, but that's okay. We'll do our best here. I've done parts, not lots of it. I haven't done it at all. But I hear that everybody is really enjoying it. I know that the changes this week, they're doing the Rolk encounter came in this week, which I think is cool. They added a second Rolk during damage phase, which is wild to think about, but so that's a thing, right? That's a thing that people are having to contend with. From the Vow of the Disciple raid.
No one can hide.
Got the headshot on that Sojourn over there, off in the corner. I'm gonna put this damage in on their supports and as well onto their Malga, and we're able to easily eliminate their Malga here. We're just gonna ward off the Malga res and make sure that the Mercy gets punished if she tries to get it, which she did. Immediately got punished there. We're waiting for the movement ability to come off cooldown so that I can get back up to my team without having to worry about dying, and I was able to. Unfortunately, the Mercy did get the res, but we're just able to immediately put that Malga back into the dirt there. Able to finish off their Pharah as well. Gonna drop the Disruptor shot down in their general area, keeping an eye on their team, making sure that they can't get free value here on the point. Dealing with my counter, the other Sojourn here, looking for the heals from my team. I need repairs. Stop pushing your voice line button and heal me. Okay, gonna use my movement ability to back up here. Not firing into the Sigma's kinetic grasp because I don't want to die. Just gonna back up around the corner here, charge my railgun up to full, and we're waiting for our moment. Keeping this railgun fully charged here while we wait for our tank to come back. Gonna shoot that Sigma in the side and put the damage in on their team, forcing their Kiriko out of position. And unfortunately, I did get got, but with our team here, we do have the advantage on spawn, but it looks like they're going to push it all the way to the end. That's okay. I came in at the end there and ended up getting more kills than everybody on my team, except for our Moira. That was a close game. We almost pushed them back. That was wild, dude. I was in here for like 3 minutes, or like 2 minutes. I ended up with more kills than everybody on the team. That's not great, huh? You never want to see that. Like, bro. All right. Yeah, good for that Mercy, dude. That Mercy was in there. Gonna drop the endorsement on my team here. They look like they were pretty new. We'll give it to the tank and the DPS player. And the support players always get the endorsements, so we're gonna give it to somebody else here and let them have a chance to rank themselves up. Getting close to the end of our Season 10 Battle Pass as well. 58 out of 80. And then we'll be able to move into these titles that I don't really care about. Doppelganger. We got Hashimoto Goon, Talon Operative, Overwatch Agent. I don't really care about any of these. None of these are cool to me. Not cool enough for me to wear anyway. If they had one that I really thought was awesome, then maybe I would consider it, but none of them, in my opinion, are really calling my name. Our tank left, but we got filled in with another tank immediately, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip of this coffee here. Actually, I think I'm gonna take a sip of my water instead. Hydrate a little bit, you know, so that I can keep my aim on point here.
We're in this together. All of us. No nonsense. We do this clean.
We're gonna go test the latency of this game by meleeing the wall and listening to see if our fist hits and the sound effect hits at the same moment. I'm gonna do it from over here because this guy's just spamming his voice line. So if you look, you listen. The sound effect is hitting from the exact second that I punch the wall, which means I should not be experiencing too much latency in this game.
Just what I was looking for.
We're gonna go ahead and let the pawns go first as these doors open and just see what happens to them. Just paying attention. We know they have a Junkrat. We know they have a Reinhardt. Just based off of the spam that just came through that doorway. How are the changes feeling, Flo? Changes feeling pretty good. Not gonna lie. Spud was damn near unkillable there in the games that we played together. We had the last game that we got to play together. Spud and I went 0 deaths. So it was feeling pretty good. Spud with the absolute carries. Just destroying everything in her path. As we expected would happen, right? we knew that was coming. Yeah, I knew I was about to get killed by that. That's just too much burst damage. But there was somebody behind me also hitting me. I think it was Moira. Yeah, it was Moira. Moira was behind me, damaging me from behind with both her damage orb and her suck. So she was giving me the good suck, but from behind, which sounds grosser than it should. But I didn't want to get killed by that, so I was trying to move out of the way a little bit. Hopefully she would get attracted to someone else, but unfortunately, the splash damage from the choke actually ended up killing me. And we are able to get the point here. Just gonna get out of the way, wait for my heals from Lifeweaver. Then I'm gonna use my movement ability to cross the gap quickly, as well as avoid the being at head level as I cross through, right? So that they have to rapidly readjust their aim if they want to actually get me. Use my movement ability to just back up here, let it kill my Hanzo. We are at our spawn though, so it kind of doesn't really matter too much. Charging up the railgun on whoever will stand in my spam. And we're waiting for our moment here. I was able to break that Roadhog's hook by being out of the way of him as he tried to hook me, which is good. I have my ultimate here, which I can utilize if I can get a free moment. I'm stuck on the, it's just ultimate spams right now, so I'm just gonna get out of the way here. I'm kind of stuck on the terrain of the choke a little bit. Our team, just let them use everything. Just let them use everything, save all your ultimates, and let's just wait. What a waste on their part. They used like 6 ultimates. They only got 5 people on the team. Yeah, see, that's that shit, man. Just getting up and out of the way here. Waiting for the Bastion to be done in his tank form. Waiting for me to catch a heal. Oh my god, dude, the choke spam is ridiculous. It's like their Moira is on me. Yep. Goddamn Moira beam hitting me through a wall, firing in. There's so much spam, bro. It's so much spam. Alright, so how do I combat all this spam? I think I go up to the high ground. I think that is my next move here. Gonna go up to the high ground and start firing down on them from a different angle. Force them to fight me from a different place.
This ends now. You're done. Let's go back to basics.
Just gonna take them out there. Using my railgun a little prematurely, but trying to get that burst damage out as quickly as possible so that we can actually make some headway here. My team is getting farmed in terms of getting killed, so I need to make sure that that doesn't keep happening. I need to put a dent into their morale, and by putting a dent into their morale, I should be able to more effectively eliminate them. See, our Hanzo just got killed by their Moira. But that's not going to be too much of an issue. We're going to punish that Moira for being out of position there. And we're going to force them forward here. Want to be able to damage their pig pen. We were able to kill their pig pen there, which is good. Pushing this forward. Now we have the checkpoint, so we're good to go there. Just going to back up around this corner while we wait for the Bastion to be done in his ultimate. Bait out the hog hook there so that we're not getting killed by that. Just going to damage up on them. Looks like I might have clipped the payload a little bit there. With the side of my rail, but that's okay. Just gonna dodge out of the way, let the whole hog push me out of the way here, and we're just gonna let them waste all their ultimates here. Not really something that we need to worry about too much. Again, like the amount of damage that they put out is significant, but more of a spammy nature So we're just playing it smart here, not allowing ourselves to be killed while we wait for our moment to push forward here. Just gonna kill their Ashe. They don't have anybody to res, so we don't have to worry about that Ashe coming back. A little bit of a pain in the Ashe to them. Just getting around the corner here, making sure that I can utilize my side angles.
This ends now.
And I'm using my overclock here to put as much damage in as humanly possible. And again, firing the railgun a little bit prematurely, but creating space for my team. My tank is a little bit scared to do it, so I'm just going to do it myself, using my burst damage to force them back into their spawn and force them back away from the payload. And again, I just need to get away from their Roadhog here. Just got to get away from their hog. Just going to headshot their Ashe. A little bit of a shake of my arm, but that's okay. We know that their Bastion is now utilizing his ultimate. So I'm going to use my movement ability to get up and out of the way, use these boxes as a piece of cover there, put the railgun, or put the disruptor shot on them as they come around this corner, and keep my rail charged up as best I can, try and fire it through to these different angles, and without taking too much damage, want to get this rail up to 100%. Now when my tank comes around the corner here, I'm going to use the power of this railgun to push ourselves forward here, with the Bastion now coming around the corner inside of tank form, and also standing in the Kitsune Rush. We know that we have to be very careful about our next move, and with our tank running in and getting farmed up there, it's time to leave. Just time to get out of here. Just be smart. Got to do a soft engage next. We got to do a soft engage next. We got to bait out their ultimates again, and then we can go in with all of ours. So just save everything you have, and we'll soft engage. We'll probably all die, and then we'll come back and kill them. We have plenty of time. But play smart. You know they're about to use everything on us. Gonna get out of the way here. This is good. Just save everything that we have. Save your ults. We need those for the final push. Alright, so we can expect the whole hog and the Kitsune Rush next. You can hear the Bastion is going into tank form around this corner. We're just going to let him do his thing. We got somebody on their team left the game there, so we're going to make use of that time where they are down a player. We're going to get aggressive in this moment.
This ends now. Two down. Not on my watch.
There we go. And we win.
Hey. You make it too easy.
Good game, dudes. That is a 14-1 here on King's Row. Very good. Very, very good. We're in there, baby. We're doing our thing. Aw, what's up, baby? Now that Spud's gone, I can finally catch a play of the game out here.
This ends now. Two down. Cooling down.
And I went on to get that Ashe as well. Feels good, dude. Feels good, man. Just gotta play it smart, man. Just gotta play our cards close to the chest. You know, make sure that we're keeping track of the enemy ultimates. We can anticipate what they will have, and we can utilize our skill and knowledge of the game to push us into power positions that allow us to win. One of the main things that we don't want to do is just blow all of our ultimates immediately, like one after another. You know what I mean? So as long as we can, as long as we, in the final push, save up enough ultimates, we're almost guaranteed the win, and as long as they don't have ultimates to counter us, right? So I was able to use my overclock there to really put their dick in the dirt, and it was effective at doing the things we needed it to do, and creating the space for us that we needed it to create. Holy shit, bro, that was so loud.
My God. Sorry, I'm dying of allergies.
It's alright. Oh my god, I shit my pants, dude. Oh my god. That was so loud in my ear, bro. Alright, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
We're in this together.
You're good, man. Don't worry about it.
All of us.
No mistakes. No mercy.
Whew. That's a good game. Hopefully we have another good one like that. We can keep going. I'm feeling my groove now. We'll see what happens, though. We got a very experienced other team. Very experienced other team. Potentially not as experienced on my team. But we'll see what happens. Also, we have a Reinhardt. So. It can only go so well.
Hello.
Hey. Gonna take this little side angle. Skin on my lip is getting underneath me. We see that they have a Sigma. Looks like they might have a Venture. Sounds like they have a Genji. Oh, they have a Widowmaker. Just gonna put that there so Genji can't stand where he wants to stand. Waiting for my health to regen on its own. Charging up the rail on the Sigma barrier here. Just gonna reload. Don't want to spend too much time shooting the barrier. Gonna put the disruptor shot down there on the side. Keeping the barrier charged, or keeping the rail charged up here. Damn, I fired directly into that Sigma kinetic grasp there. He pressed it at the exact moment he needed to, but then I was able to get the headshot on him, so that's good. Gonna use my movement ability here to push forward, force that Widowmaker out of the position she wants to be in, right? And then we're just gonna back up, and we're gonna use the movement ability to get back up to the spot that I was just in. So we're totally good. Gonna use this sign as a little extender here. Charge up the railgun on my on that Sigma shield. Casually getting jump scared by allergies. Yo, you know it, dude. Would it even be team chat if somebody wasn't loud as hell? Know what I'm saying? We got the Genji is on our Ana, so we're just gonna discourage him from doing what he wants to do. And put this right here. Yeah, yep. We need to get out. Ana, we gotta go, baby.
Thanks.
Let's just wait for the tank. If we can re-engage, then cool. If not, no big deal. Because they're all going that way, I'm gonna go a different way. So at the very least, I can counter-angle slightly. Put that big damage on that Sig there. And they are now down a tank. Gonna jump up to my high ground position here. Put the damage up on their support players who are off in the corner here. Their Genji is down, so I don't have to worry about that. Gonna put the damage up on their Kiriko. Damage up on their Kiriko. She is leaving, which is good for us. That means that we were able to ward off that push, so we're totally good here. Gonna use my movement ability to cross this gap and put it on cooldown as quickly as I can. Just got back from the beach. Gonna play a Mirror Watch game to check out how good the hotel Wi-Fi is. Yeah, let me know, bro. Let me know. We know that the Widow is down there, so we're gonna have to be very careful about what we do next. Just waiting for my heals. Waiting for the Genji. I shot him in his ass, and with the railgun, and the Hinder grenade was already on him, so it was enough damage to actually kill him, which is hilarious. Very funny. You love when stuff like that happens. And we're just gonna immediately get up into their face there with the Sigma. Sigma actually killed himself there. With the help of the Illari ultimate and my railgun into his butt cheek a couple of times, we were able to detonate the debuff, and in doing so, we're able to put that extra damage onto Sig. Feels good, man. Just waiting for the moment. We hear Sig is in his kinetic grasp, so we're just gonna wait a sec. Toss the disruptor shot out, put it on cooldown there. Put some damage in on this Kiriko. We don't want Kiriko to be free and able to do whatever Kiriko wants to do. We're just gonna get up and out of the way immediately. Gonna use my movement ability to get back, ward off my escape here. With the tank down, and our other support player down, it's very unlikely that we can hold this off. More likely that we end up dying trying just to stay alive. So I'm just going to use my movement to get out of there. Just getting as much space between them and myself as humanly possible. Putting some damage in on them. Put the disruptor shot down there so that he can't just walk through it freely. He's charging up more of my ultimate the longer he sticks around. He's now got his kinetic grasp up, but we're just going to kill him.
30 seconds.
That's one. Cybernetics regulated. Clear out.
Put that behind us because I can still hear Genji's feet wherever he is, but we know that we are at their spawn, so it's time to back off here. I'm just going to back off and create distance between us and them. Got plenty of kills, plenty of damage on the board, no deaths yet, so we're doing fine. Try and charge up a little bit of that rail. We see that the kinetic grasp is out, so we're just going to wait that out there. We're just going to gently dodge out of the way of the stun. Don't want to get hit by the rock there from Sigma. Forcing their team to play in positions where we want them to be. I have a full rail here, so if they want to play games, I can headshot their Widowmaker from all the way downtown. Won't do that again. I bet you won't. Bet you that was our tank that said that, actually. Gonna put that on the payload so that they have to choose between charging my ultimate or pushing the payload forward, which puts them into a bad place. Expecting the kinetic grasp, yes, which is exactly what happened. I put the damage down there onto Sigma, forcing him kind of out of the way.
Area denial.
Just gonna kill their Sig. Get the kill on that Kiri as well. Able to easily put in damage from this angle and continue to keep them into the positions we want them to be in. Unfortunately, I used my movement ability, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Just going to pre-fire a little bit into the directions that I think that they'll be coming from. Hopefully charge a little bit of rail preemptively, but it doesn't look like they're taking the bait. And they're not. So we're just going to go ahead and charge up on the Sigma barrier here, destroying their barrier, and putting damage in downrange. Mercy 1. They now have a turret, so they're using a Torbjorn here. This could be my death. Thank you. Just going to jump back up to my high ground position here. Put this damage up on their Sigma. Big damage on Sig. Big damage. Sig 1. Sig 1.
I'm really feeling
Not so fast.
Monkey, I'm with you.
The enemy's got a turret. Here they come. Raise your load.
Just got to get out of the way here. Got my rail fully charged, though. Waiting for our moment. Expect the Sigma ult here. Alright, I was able to kill him before he used it. I would not be surprised to see the Mercy use her ultimate here. We should also have a Valk coming up. Nano is at 89.
I'm ready to overclock.
10 seconds.
Breaking them down.
Charging up on... And I was able to use my burst damage there to kill their Sig. And we are good to go. That's a 13-0 here on Route 66. Good game, dudes. 13-0. Pretty good game. Feeling good. Feeling good.
Play of the game.
This guy likes cats, man.
It's high noon.
It was a pretty gnarly high noon combined with the damage from my overclock down there. Pretty good. I was able to kill their immortality field, which made it possible to actually kill them, which is nice. Pretty solid. Pretty solid games overall. And we're feeling good. Go ahead and drop the endorsements on the homies. Give it to the two endorsement level people on the team here. Made it to rank 60 of my season pass, so that feels good. Every time I have these games, though, it's rapidly pushing me forward in the skill rating, which means that the people that I'm going to face here pretty soon are going to be, like, ridiculous. So that's something to worry about, something to consider. The tanks have not been too big of an issue thus far. The amount of damage I'm putting out with the railgun is still pretty solid. The amount of damage I'm putting out with the primary fire for Sojourn is still pretty solid. But we were able to see how, obliteratingly punishing a good tank player can be when we were playing with Spud earlier. She was just bullying everyone left and right, and it was pretty hilarious to look at. We have a Doomfist this time. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. It could be good. It could be not so good. We're gonna, we're gonna hope for the best, right? I don't want to prejudge the Doom. We'll do our best regardless. Because of the way he's spamming his voice lines, I'm gonna assume he's not a very good Doom. That's generally how it goes. But we'll see. We do have a pretty solid DPS squad here with me, Doom, and Farah. We have a decent support as well. But unfortunately, the healing from an Ana/Zen combo is not as much as we would like it to be. So there's potential that we do end up getting killed pretty quickly, pretty easily. Depends on how much damage we're able to avoid in this game. I think will really be the determining factor. I missed my rail there. That's unfortunate. Need to get back and into the cover back here so that I can get that health pack there. We're just going to... Sorry, I didn't mean to press that. Just backing up a little bit here. I'm dead here. I got caught on that post there. Got caught on a post, and unfortunately that was it. You can see right there, that was the moment where if I'd have kept backing up, I could have been out of the way of that Zarya, but unfortunately I was not able to get away from her. It is what it is. The Doomfist is doing his best to hold it off, but we just don't have it, so it is what it is. We're gonna have to give up that point and just wait out for the next push. Waiting for their team to come forward here. We have the angle advantage. We now have a Reaper instead of a Farah. I don't know if this guy read the patch notes, but Reaper's not doing so hot, so probably not the best character he could have picked. Gonna put that right there. Not where I wanted to put it at all, but it is what it is. Internet seems all right. I'll join for a few. All right, Flo, sounds good, dude. Venture 1. That the soldier is very interested in me. I need to create distance between myself and them so that I don't take any more damage while I wait for my heals to come back. And I was able to kill their Zarya there. Gonna toss that disruptor shot right there into the store. Gonna go ahead and get back up onto my high ground position here and hopefully get a good angle on them from the side. Don't want to be in a place where I can be easily killed by the Zarya. Their team is very easily able to mop up on our squad here, so it's time to back off. Even if we wanted to, we can't fight it out in a 3v5. We need to get some picks and be intelligent about the choices that we make next. Just putting damage down range, hoping to snag a little bit of charge for the rail, and maybe I'll be able to get the one hit here, but it's not looking like it's going to be doable. Just going to go ahead and kill their Venture. Shit. Backing up around this corner. Did not mean to fall off of that high ground position. Going to use this health pack here. That light blocked the railgun, unfortunately, but we are using our movement ability to get up and out of the way. This Venture wants it. I'm not going to give it to him. I know that they're still above me. Venture is one here. Gonna try and use our ultimate there. Bang, and we were able to hold off both the Venture and the Zarya, which sets us up for a good next push here. And if anybody is stupid, wants to come forward, we can use the remaining ultimate charge, but it doesn't look like they want to. Definitely not playing my best today, though. I mean, you're on vacation, Flo. I think it's forgivable. I wasn't playing my best at the start either. I'm feeling better now, but man, it was rough there in the beginning with all the lag, the latency problem. Man, that shit was terrible. Like, no lie, legitimately terrible. Putting damage in, hard damage in on their team here. Able to kill their Zarya. And unfortunately, I just got dove on to by their Venture. That was my second death there. No big deal, though. We're doing great. Doomfist on my team has swapped over to a Winston, which makes it a lot easier for me to do the things that I want to do. Because, like, now there's a big body kind of taking the attention off of me. Lets me put in shots where I want to put in shots. The Winston also seems like he's a pretty good player. So we're getting to utilize a bit of the tank buffs here with this Winston. Also, the Winston is significantly more mobile than the Zarya on the enemy team. And so because of that, we're able to really take advantage of the difference in mobility here with our team compared to theirs. I'm just going to back on out of the way. We know that their Venture is one, Venture one. But I don't think that they're going to stay one for very long, so I got to be careful about what I do next. I'm getting a call here. That's not good. This is not a good time for me to have a call. I'm going to have to pick up this call. Hang on.
Thank you. Nothing a quick repair won't fix. Disrupting. This ends now. Hitting the ground running. Огонь по готовности. Not so fast. Justice reigns from above. Someone's asking for a faceful railgun.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Breaking them down.
Damn, so that sucks, huh? Sorry about that, guys. I had a call from a lawyer right in the end of the second checkpoint. I had to talk to my lawyer, dude. Feels bad. Why are you guys trying so hard in quick play? GG's though. I mean, I think we did great. I think we did awesome. Aside from the fact that we lost, right? I'm playing casual, yeah, dude. I was talking to a lawyer in the middle of that, but I appreciate it. Like, thanks for thinking that I was trying my ass off. I'm trying to have a conversation, is what I'm trying. You know, if I'm trying anything, it's to handle my shit. Flo, let's go ahead and invite you here. Sorry about having to mute the mic and turn off my face cam there for a minute. Just having to make sure that I answer those calls. Definitely making sure that I am constantly on point answering those calls. I want to always have them if I need to. So, anyhow, lawyer talk sounds important. Yeah, it's pretty important. They're filing some paperwork and stuff for me for the money that I should have gotten from disability while I was out on medical for this goddamn lung thing, for my lungs being you know, operated on and removed. So like I got denied for disability during that time, and it's like, bro, I literally had lung surgery. Like, what do you want from me? Like, how could you deny me for that? You know, so they're trying to get me the money that I was supposed to have gotten. I know, it's stupid, right? Like, you would imagine, like, hey, this guy was out for, and like, even the hospital was like, you're gonna be out for like 3 months, you know, like you're not gonna be able to work for like 3 months. And so, yeah, I literally can't breathe, right, exactly. Like, I couldn't do anything. I was in pain, like, I was in debilitating pain for like 2 straight months. And they're gonna be like, no, sorry, you don't qualify. And it's like, what? Like, how? Also, I'm 34. I've paid into being able to get that for like 18 years or something like that, dude. Like, I've been working since I was 16. It's pretty wild to think about. Breathing isn't part of your job description, so that works out. That's 100% what happened to me. They were like, you don't need to... Breathing? What? Get out of here. It's like, look at this nerd, Charlie. This nerd breathes, you know? Like, come on. Like, come on, bro. Like, a man's gotta live. And like, yeah, I'm past that point now, but I still, like, that's 3 months worth of pay I should have gotten. I filed for it immediately, you know? This nerd thinks he needs to breathe air through his nose and mouth. What a fucking square, dude. This is crazy. It's crazy that I have to work so hard for, like, that's literally the whole reason why we pay for this stuff, you know? Is to help people that can't work with a legitimate reason why they can't be at work. Like, bro, they took my lungs out of my back. What do you want from me? That's a cool Hanzo spray. I like this one, the King of Diamonds spray. That's pretty dope. I'm not sure about this fisherman dance thing. Is this like a traditional dance that happens in Japan? I feel like it's not. Is this like a TikTok dance or like a dance from a rap? Not so sure I like that one as much. I do like the Cyber Ninja skin though. That looks pretty dope. I was saying earlier how much I love this Sombra skin. The system isn't systeming. Bro, like, that is the United States all over. Like, they will deny you as hard as they can, as much as they can, for anything that you think you might qualify for. Like, God forbid you get sick, right? The United States is like, are you an infant or a fetus? And you're like, no, I'm an adult. And they're like, well, I guess you're gonna have to die. And that's our medical system. I guess you're dead then, bro. Man, shame you aren't a fetus. And that's how it works in the US. I wish I were joking. You know, why care about the people in your country anyway? Like, that, they don't need to worry about that. They're busy taxing people for the rest of their life with student loans. But no, the guns are the most important law to protect, bro. Like, there are some fanatical gun addicts here in the States. I don't understand it. Like literally military grade weapons in certain states that you can buy at like a flea market. It's nuts to think about. You could go on a Saturday afternoon and get yourself an AR-15, but God forbid you need healthcare. That's really cute, Cass, but neither one of us are doing anything from this distance. Needed a heal there. Would have been cool if I could have gotten one. All right, cool. I got a res from the Mercy. Awesome.
I'll return the favor. Can I get some healing?
I'm just gonna ignore her and keep line of sighting her for now. We'll see if she keeps on chasing.
Threat neutralized.
What's up, bitch? You missed. I got bullied. I definitely needed a heal there. But it's all good. I'll be happy to kill this Sombra over and over again.
Come on, Vivian.
Remember,
Get yourself together.
when we have a Sombra, we play nut to butt, right? We get as close to the team as we possibly can get, and then we turn on her as soon as she becomes visible. Trying to get myself caught up on my stream here. You're so lucky, bro. You're so lucky that I had to get out of the way there. Look at how much health she has. 39.
Gonna need a new paint job after this.
All right, let's get back together. Let's group up.
That's the stuff. Fall in on me.
Don't run forward yet.
They're moving their barricade.
Well, now we're down to support.
Your team has lost the lead.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll be fine.
They're ahead of us. Stop them.
Their Sombra's gonna be on us here in just a second, so we're just gonna have to pay attention to that.
That's what I was looking for.
Sombra's probably over here, if I were to guess. Oh, there you are.
Not so fast.
The Iron Forest watches over you.
Apagando las luces. Clear out.
I'm just stopping her from being effective on our team while we move forward here.
I'm on fire.
أنا ما حدش يقدر عليا.
How long does she want to stay?
Area denial. I'm on my game now. Better luck next time.
Saving my rail in case I need it to ward off this Mercy from the res.
They'll empowered and ready to fight. Coming through. Not so fast.
I have the advantage here because I have
Quick repair.
the health pack right next to me. Just gotta pay attention to where I'm at here.
Ends now.
Yeah, I'm gonna die here. Yeah, my whole team fell apart there. That's unfortunate, man. It was the diva that came in for me. Cell, what's going on? How are you? Cell, we were talking earlier about how in America they're crazy about guns, and in no state are they more crazy about guns than in your state, Texas. And I was talking about like how you can't get healthcare at all, but you can go to a flea market on a Saturday afternoon and buy an AR-15, right? Like, but God forbid you need you get sick, right? God forbid, dude. It's like Cell knows that better than anyone. In Texas, they are the most gun wielding. They're all a Cassidy over there.
The enemy's pushing. Let's take care of it. Gotta stay on your toes, soldier.
Aw, man, they almost had the lead. Look at that, dude. They almost had it. That diva popped her ult. She thought she was good to go. Till I caught her with the rail. From downtown. Reaper's behind us. Oh, God, dude. The amount of times that I just need one heal is crazy to me. Oh, okay, I'm getting rezzed. All right, good. I don't think I get out of this. I don't see how I get out of this. Just gonna put that right there. Gonna hope for the best. But I think our team loses here. Oh my God, I made it out. And all I had to do was sacrifice the life of every person on my team. Let's go, dude. Sorry, guys. Flo says, oh yes, or Cell says, oh yes, especially in the city where I live. If you cut someone off while driving... Oh, hang on. Takes too long to get a heal in this bitch. The Sombra is also behind us somewhere.
This ends now. That's one.
We got their Mercy? Alright, good. That was most important to me. We got the robot, we do. Good.
Nano boost administered.
Can I get some healing? Efficient design at work. Heroes never die.
Stay on payload.
Almost there. And just stay on target.
Forward spawn active.
Yep, I got killed from behind, dude. It is what it is. Well, we did our best, Flo. It was a good game. I think we did good.
Play of the game.
Davin. The only people who say diff are low skill players. So, chill, man. I'm saying. That was a pretty good game. Okay, especially in the city where I live, if you cut someone off while driving or make someone mad while driving, there's a high chance they might shoot you, right? And they've all got the pistol on their hip too, right? Like they've all got the weapon with them in Texas. You can like open carry, you know what I mean? It's wild. It's wild, dude. But, you know, God forbid you need, you know, some actual health care or like you get sick, you know, God forbid. But step on someone's lawn and they can legally shoot you. You know, you come into somebody's yard, they can legally kill you. It's wild times. Wild to think about. Can you still get that really cool Tracer skin? Cadet Oxton, is this the one? No. I don't think you can get it anymore. The one that is her when she is like, for this season, whatever it is, like the Mirror Watch Tracer skin. I don't think you can buy it unless it's in the store, right? I really like that skin, dude. I never play Tracer anymore, but if I had that skin, not only would I play Tracer, but I would also use the skin. My ass needs to warm up. I missed like 90% of my hooks. It's all good, man. It's all good. We did fine. The Sombra was also running the train on our supports. She got me quite a few times, but the support players, if we look at their deaths, like most of the times that our and also Draven had some of the most deaths in the entire lobby, right? Like he had, aside from our other DPS player, he had more deaths than everyone in the whole lobby. So the irony of him saying that there was a tank diff, right? Or Davin, excuse me. You know what? I'm going to keep pronouncing his name wrong on purpose. Draven kind of got his ass kicked by that Sombra several times. Funnily enough, the only reason I even went hog was because I was not getting heals when I needed, when they were alive. Yeah, isn't that the way, dude? Isn't that always the way? It seems like the more you need heals, the less often you get them. Thankfully, that has not been as bad as it used to be when I played Sojourn. When I first started playing Sojourn, I was an Echo player mainly, and Echo plays from a completely different place than Sojourn does. So I was doing things like an Echo with an Echo mindset, and I kept being way too far away to ever get a heal, and that was indicative of me just not playing properly and positioning properly. He complained I killed him by pushing Reaper into their team, which means he was in their backlines as Ana. Yo, I don't know what Ana was doing in their backlines, but yikes, dude.
We're in this together. All of us.
GG rep Soj.
I thought my
What is
time in
rep?
the field was done. But I
I guess maybe rip. Maybe he meant to say rip. I mean, I did my best, dude. I did my best. There were some times where I missed. There were some times where other people missed. You know, I think we did fine. I don't know what rep means, though.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Round 1.
We have a sim, so I'm not expecting much. Got a sim. We have an Ana and a Kiriko, so at least there's that. They have a Genji. They have a Moira. They have a Sigma. Not getting any value from here, so I'm gonna peek around this corner. Their Sig is 1, but not anymore. Charging up the rail here, trying to get some value. Genji dove out of the way at the exact moment he needed to. Smart on his part. Putting in a little bit of pressure on their Ana, forcing her back. Forcing her back around the corner. While she's back around the corner, she can't heal their team. She has to reposition her angle. Big damage. Jumping back up to a high ground position where I can be safe and have a good view of them. I distracted them for at least a few seconds with that play over on the side angle. I missed my rail completely there, but that's okay. Just gonna go ahead and put that right there. We're gonna slide out of the way. Unfortunately, I'm not with you, Flo, for that follow-up. And I'm sorry for that. I had just left when you popped ultimate. I heard her say defend the point, and I assumed that somebody was back here on the point. Charging up the rail on the queen a little bit. Just gonna basically kill their Moira there. Bang, got her. Need a heal in this moment, and I don't think I'm gonna get it. No, I didn't think so. She was busy trying to sleep somebody, and unfortunately, I didn't get the heal that I needed. If Kiriko had been alive, I think I would have gotten it, but it's all good. We have the point. I'm pretty sure we saved it, so we're good. Doing fine. It's my first death as well, so we're doing great. Our sim is popping off too, so that feels good. Just gonna kill their Moira from far away.
This ends now. You're done.
Just gonna go ahead and hit them from across the map with the rail. Feeling good. And we're feeling good. Punch him in the back. This is gonna have to be my last game, Flo. But I do appreciate you coming and hanging out, dude. It's 1:55. I gotta get the old lunch on here before I pick up my kid.
A peaceful reality is within our reach. I wish I could believe that. I could be sunny in Lagos right now. And where am I instead?
And you can hear as I punch the wall, I'm listening for that latency to see if the sound effect happens at the second that the punch actually connects, and it does, which is great. It means that I am not having to worry about my positioning being a second behind where it actually is. Using my slick movement here to get myself back around a piece of cover and into a safe place. And now I can use it again, put myself where I want to be, right back up into the high ground position there. And unfortunately, I'm not able to follow up and get the kill on this queen, but I was able to put in a lot of pressure. This Genji's going to come back and want me, and I'm going to go ahead and charge up the rail, so I'm ready for it. I would expect that he will come at me after a second here. Nope. Just going to kill their Moira there. Kill their Ana here. Force their Genji to stand in my disruptor shot. Sliding out of the way a little bit. Not gonna let this queen hit me with the knife, which will stop my ability to get out of the way. Oh, Moira. What a cutie. You saw that shit, dude? What a game. We're doing awesome. We let the Kitsune guide us at the same time that Flo hit Earth Shatter and I hit Overclock, so... But we used it early enough that we should still get another set of ultimates here before the game ends. Just gonna make sure that we are paying attention to our angles, putting damage in where we can, grabbing our railgun shots as necessary. Again, just trying to keep the angles on the people that we can actually deal with. Got the attack visor coming out here from their soldier. They're just gonna use everything here. And I'm just gonna get up and out of the way. Again, we're just getting up and out of the way here. Just gonna use my movement ability to get me back to the spawn. Because this is a losing fight. We can't do anything about that, but I can walk back into the spawn and not die. So, I'm just gonna wait for the squad. Hey, what's up, fams? Are we doing good now? Got their team has pushed forward a little bit here. And unfortunately, I got killed by the massive skill orb damage. Insanely high skill ability there. Just pressing it in one direction and then letting it go. I'm gonna save my movement ability here in case I need it. Put in a little bit of damage here on this Genji. Again, just gonna kind of get out of the way here. Charge up the rail the rest of the way. Kill their Genji. Kill their soldier. Kill their Moira? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I agree, that was pretty well done. We did great. We did awesome.
Disrupting.
Use that to charge up against their team who are still here. Gonna put him into the dirt there. Make sure that he can't be here for the final fight. Or what should be the final fight here.
This ends now. Two down. Good to see you. Cybernetics regular.
Okay, good game, dudes. That's how it's supposed to look. Yeah. It's exactly how it's supposed to go. What? Of all of the fat Earth Shatters that were gotten, all the triples and whatnot that we got in that? Come on, bro. I don't know. Like, yeah, okay, maybe she got 4 based off of the kills of her teammates, but, like, come on, dude. Like, there are so many times in that game where Flo hit the fatty shatty, you know what I mean? And there's a bunch of people down in front of us. There were times in that game where I got the, the triple and the quad off of the Kitsune rush going off, dude. Like, come on, man. I think we slayed that game, dude. That was a, what was that, a 20-something and 2? Let's go, let's check it out. Flo also had a really good game, dude. Absolutely slaying on Ryan, yeah. Flo with the 19 and 2, me with the 25 and 2. The amount of shatters in that game, crazy. Just destructive. Tanks are going to be the thing here, moving into season, the mid-season of season 10. It's going to be ridiculous trying to deal with them for the foreseeable future, basically. Tanks in general have been very powerful up to this point. And we absolutely were robbed of a play of the game. But now with the changes to tanks in the mid-season patch, with the 25% less damage from headshots and the changes to armor, tanks are going to be even better. They're slated to be in an even better place than they were before. And we're going to see a lot of really oppressive Orisas, Roadhogs, Maugas, even as Flo showed us, Reinhardt. And, you know, every time Spud logs on, we're going to see a very oppressive diva doing work, right? Flo says, that was a good game. I held second point at the last bit at the start of the second round. That was dicey. Bro, you were doing awesome, though. I mean, like, I only died twice, but that was one of the times when I was actually in the respawn screen. So you did amazing. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out today. Thanks to Spud, thanks to Flo, thanks to Cell, and for everybody else who was here. Andy Ashes, thanks for the raid. We also had Unicron over on Twitch come out. I want to thank everybody from Andy Ashes squad for coming and chilling with us as well. you know, it was a really good stream, and I'll be back tomorrow. We'll play some more Overwatch. We'll have some more fun, and I'll keep myself nice and tight, knock all the rust off, keep it looking nice out here so that I'm hitting those headshots and we're securing those games. Flo, enjoy the rest of your time at the beach, dude. It's good to have you back. It's good to be back, man. And I can't wait until we can all get into some games together and really slay out and you know, and take some heads with the best of them. And Cell, yeah, thank you, Cell. It's good to be back. It's good to see everybody. It feels good to play the game again too. Not having like a week of no PvP felt weird. I'll be honest with you. I was playing Elden Ring a lot. I was watching some TV, catching up on some shows I wanted to see. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Moonchild of DudeNoWay, and I will see you in the next stream. Take care.